Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday sit back. Season's greetings and a happy new year to every single one of you. Hope you're all well on this Sunday. I think it's Sunday. You lose track of days, don't you, over the Christmas period? You just don't know what day it is, you know. But yes, it is a Sunday, and we are here back on the Sunday sit back. And good evening to all of you. Kawaja's in the building. Good evening to you, absolute legend. We have Martin Tapp. Good evening, brother. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. And Jam Boy. Hope you're well, Jam Boy. Good evening to you. And Icy Spicy as well. Big up, Icy Spicy. Good evening to you. And James, I hope you're well, brother. Good evening to you as well. So big up to everyone that's in tonight. Everyone that's in tonight. So here we have it. Arsenal. I spoke about this yesterday. We win 2-1 at home against Brighton. Once again, it was a struggle. It was huff and puff and blow your house down. And first half looked okay. The second half, we kind of... It's just not flowing, people, is it? It's just not flowing. And you can say about injuries and whatever, but we know who's caused the injuries. I mean, Timber highlights that there's an injury at Everton. He's got problems with his ankle. Instead of bringing him off, he doesn't only bring him. I mean, he then plays against Crystal Palace days later, and then we wonder why he's not fit to play. Declan Rice looked absolutely shattered when he came off. He looks as if he's on his last legs. How long can we keep going on about? How long can we keep this up for, people? I just don't know how long we can keep it up for. I really don't. You know, we've got players playing with injuries. We've got players that are absolutely pushing it to their limits. And then you've got players out of form. And then you've got players that haven't really found their form since day one. You know, and we're creating half chances. I wouldn't say we're creating loads of chances. We're creating chances. But once again, we can't put the ball in the back of the net because there's no one doing it. And the whole reason why we bought Gyokeres was to solve that problem. He was going to be the missing piece. He was going to solve the problem that we've had for the last 2 seasons. And he's not solving the problem. And Mikel Arteta can't solve the problem. So the roundabout is just going round and round and round and round again. We're just going round in full circles. And it's just getting frustrating. And people are talking about Man City. And I think it's further than that now. I think it's Aston Villa as well. Aston Villa are banging this title race. Whether people are like it or not. You go back a few years ago. We was all saying about Leicester. Oh, they can't win it. Leicester can't win it. They're not going to be able to sustain it. Leicester City, do me a favour. And they go and win a Premiership champions. Aston Villa are well in with a chance of winning this Premier League. Whether we like it or not. They've got a very astute manager, one of the best managers in Europe, in my book. I wish he'd have been given time at Arsenal, but he wasn't. And he's getting players performing. He's rotating his squad. Players look fit. They look happy. They look healthy. And he's getting the best out of them. They're happy to play in different positions. And yeah, I mean, Aston Villa are absolutely flying at the moment. And all credit to them. All credit to them. If you look at us on the other end, I don't know how we're getting 3 points. I'm coming out of the games and I'm just really scratching my head how we're getting the 3 points. I really am. It's not good. It really is not good. And I don't want to be hopeful. I don't want to trust the process, phases. I've done all that now. I want something that's going to convince me. I look at Aston Villa and I'm convinced. I look at Man City. Okay, weren't brilliant, the victory they had yesterday, but up until then, they've been scoring goals for fun, you know. And I'm convinced. I'm convinced that they're going to stay. I'm going to convinced they're going to stay. But what do you think? Put it in the chat. Do you think Aston Villa are a serious threat? I think they are. I think they are. We're going to look at the league table. Before we do that, waha. Good evening, my friend. And G Money 1927. Welcome to the community, my friend. I hope you're well. Big up DJB. My American football team, the Chicago Bears, came last place in the division last year. We binned the coach and got a new one and won the division this year. What phase is he in? Exactly. It's all about ambition, isn't it? It's all about ambition. It's all about the owners in place. How much rope can they actually give the manager before he hangs himself? Pardon the phrase, but do you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's where you want to be as a club. And it's not just football, it's just sport in general. Where do you want to be? Do you just want to be competing? Do you just want to be challenging? Or do you really want to go to that next level? And if you want to go to that next level, you got to be brutal. You got to be brutal in any business. And let's face it, sport, football, American football, basketball, you name it. Every single sport is a business now. Owners invest a lot of money. And you've got to be in a situation where you go, enough's enough. Now, I understand it that Arteta's going to be given the rest of this season because of the position we're in. I honestly thought that by this time Christmas, he was on borrowed time. If we was languishing 5th or 6th in the Premier League, 12 points off the top, out of the Carabao Cup, struggling in the Champions League, I said many, many times he'll be lucky to be here come New Year. But he is. We're top of the league. We're top of the Champions League. So I understand he's going to be given to the end of the season. But if he hasn't won the Premiership or the Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, for me, should not be saving this man's job. Should not be saving this man's job. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, let's have a little look at the league table. I'm not going to have a little look at the... I might get the fantasy football team up for those that are in my fantasy football league. I was doing brilliant. I don't think I've had a good week this week, though. So we'll have a little look at that later on. Let's have a look at the league table. Here we go. And there you have it. And there you have it. So, I mean, look at this. Considering we was going to be walking away with it, when you think of the points we could have been clear, look at the points. Look at our form compared to Man City and Aston Villa's. Win, draw, win, loss, win. Right? If Aston Villa beat us Tuesday night, they're level on points. They're level on points. Okay, their goal difference. Our goal difference is more superior. But if it's not about that, is it? You're not looking at goal difference at this stage of the season. You're looking at points. You know, if it's nip and tuck come the end of the season, then you could be looking at goal difference. But right now, Aston Villa do a job on us on Tuesday. They're level on points. And do you know what else I think? I think they'll take a draw. I think even a draw keeps them in it. I think a draw keeps Aston Villa right in it. If Aston Villa come and get a draw, 40 points, we're on 43. They're still 3 points behind. They've played Man City. They've played Chelsea. They'd have played Arsenal. Have they played Man United? I'm not so sure. We'll have to have a look. Let's have a little look who they've played. There's 2-1 there. Let's have a look. Let's go back. But you know what I mean? It's like they've played a lot of top teams. So this is worrying for me. This is why I said it's not just about Man City. It is, obviously, because Man City have been there and done it and they got a manager to prove it. But Aston Villa are banging this. And there's washed out Liverpool. 10 points behind. They should not really be closing the gap on us, should they? Are we looking at Liverpool? Are we looking at Liverpool? Big up, Danny Reacts. Big up, my friend. Hope you're well. Aston Villa's last league title was back in 1980, 91. I remember it well. Aston Villa last trophy was 96, 29 years ago since their last trophy. Yeah, not much similar to us, really. All right, I know we had the FA Cup, but league title. I completely agree with you about Aston Villa. Yeah, 100%, my friend, 100%. We've got to be looking at Aston Villa. Big up, Joseph Connor's in the house. Big up, Joseph. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Hope your season's greetings and all that. Happy holidays. And hope you're looking forward to the new year, everyone. And I hope it's a healthy and safe one to every single one of you in the chat. And beyond. And your families. Rob Future, big up to you also. Big up to everyone. Welcome. It's the community. It's the Sunday sit back, nice and chilled. Not getting hysterical tonight. I let off some steam yesterday coming out from the Emirates. Tonight we're just looking at how it is, people. We're just looking how it is. Big up for all your efforts this year. Have a drink on me, broski. Oh, big up, Rob Future. Absolute legend. Thank you, my friend. And honestly, I keep saying it, people. I'm amazed. I'm amazed how the channel has taken off. It's just plodding along nicely on the outside lane, isn't it? You know, it's just it is what it is, people, and you guys have made it. Without you guys, it wouldn't be where it is. So, big up to each and every single one of you for your support and absolute legends. And massive thank you, Rob Future, legend. Martin Tapp, big up yourself. Yeah, big up Martin. He's a real one as well. Madueke surely should get 20 minutes off the bench at least. The same with Eze. Do you know what, Joseph? We spoke about this yesterday, and there's a lot of concerns. Eze now is way down the pecking order. When Kai Havertz comes back, he's going to be even further down the pecking order. And when Havertz is fully fit, the substitution that you'll be seeing is Havertz starting, and then the first sub he'll bring on is Jesus, and it'll be Havertz and Jesus in the frame as our number 9s, and Gyokeres will be frustrated on the bench. It's an accident waiting to happen. I keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it. Watch this space. There'll be a bust up at the training ground. It'll be a massive blowout. Gyokeres will get frustrated, especially when Havertz comes back and he's watching Havertz play. Then Jesus is coming on. His body language is all wrong. Gyokeres, and I don't blame him. He looks upset. He looks fed up. He doesn't look happy. When he gets tackled, he gets up off the floor. It's languid. It's as if he doesn't want to be there. He looks a broken man at a football club. And it's just an accident waiting to happen. It really is. Big up the T-Dot. So what is the excuse when he loses with his players? Oh, injuries at vital times. It'll be injuries. They'll go back to the injury card again. Yeah. The injury narrative is already coming out now. He's already in his press conferences making a great big song and dance of the injuries and everything. That one's already being lined up now. It's injuries. It's remarkable, all of this. How have we got to where we've got with all the injuries we've had? It's unbelievable. Having to put Declan Rice at right back, he's caused the injuries. Let's be brutally honest. This guy has caused all the injuries. I can't express enough. He's not rotated properly. He's used players when he's played players when they're injured. Players have expressed injuries, but he's still played them. And you reap what you sow, didn't you? You reap what you sow. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Gabriel will be thrown back in the starting 11 on Tuesday. He won't be eased in. He'll start on Tuesday. That's a massive game for him to come back into straight away. And yeah, I don't know who's going to play right back if Timber's not fit. I don't know how severe Calafiori is. But again, Calafiori was played when he could have played Skelly. He's not prepared to take any chances. He's going to trust his old faithful. And Arsenal Football Club, after £1 billion spent, they're going to be lining up with the same 11. By the end of January, you'll see the same starting 11. And he'll just play Zubimendi. He'll be the only kind of fresh face that you see, really. That's it. Other than that, it'll be like for like. The team that's failed him over the last 2 seasons will be lining up again. Can you imagine what Berta's must be thinking now? Wonder what Berta's thinking. I wonder what Berta's sitting there thinking. I've just gone out and got this brother, Eze, an established Premier League player, winning FA Cups for Crystal Palace, flying, scoring goals for fun, assists, playing for England. And then I'll go and get him, and I've got him Gyokeres, the next best thing in Europe since Haaland. Yeah? Scoring goals left, right, and centre. And they've both come to Arsenal and they don't even look anywhere near the players they should look. Let's talk about Odegaard's performance yesterday, right? Now, I said that Odegaard's performance was a good performance. It was one of his best games. But what are we hearing today? Masterclass, genius, world class, outstanding. You name every buzzword, and that's what they've been calling Martin Odegaard. Absolutely genius. It wasn't that. He just stood out in a poor midfield. He had a great game. He had a good game. I'll give him that. But it weren't outstanding. He's still done things that he shouldn't have done. Got his goal, took his goal well. But is he going to play like that every single game? You watch him Tuesday when the pressure's on, when you've got men like Onana clattering into him. Yeah? And I still don't see what Zubimendi brings to the party. I really don't. He's just a reliable, isn't he? He's just gets the ball and he just knocks it 5 yards and he don't really do anything. I know he's a number 6, but I don't see him charging forward. I don't see him breaking lines. I don't see him parrying the ball. I don't see him driving at defences. I don't see him spraying the ball 20, 30 yards here, there and everywhere. He just, I don't know. And then when he has to do his defensive duty, I've said this time and time again, he kind of looks in the heavens of where to go. He don't track runners. And that's a worry for me. You know? If people are calling him world class and he's better than Thomas Partey and he's better than this one and he's better than that one, that's your opinion. I personally just don't see it. I just don't see it. Marino in midfield, really? Awful. Absolutely awful. Arteta won't be sacked, mate. No, he's not going to get the sack, is he? It's got to be a drastic fall off from now until the end of the season for him to get anywhere near the sack. However, I'm still pretty confident that the owners, if he doesn't win the Premiership or the Champions League, I'm still pretty confident that the owners will sack him. That's what I'm, you know, that's all you can say. And rightly so, they should do. And I don't see anyone having any problems with that. Oh, yeah, but he's won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Something we ain't won the Carabao Cup in like years. Yeah, I know, but that's not what the project was. The project was for him to bring major trophies to the football club. He's won the FA Cup. He's done that, albeit not his team, albeit whatever, but he's won the FA Cup. The next phase or process, whatever you want to call it, whether he likes it or not, or whether fans like it or not, is to win the Premiership. or the Champions League. That was the aim. That was the target. That is why this football club has spent over £1 billion. That is why this football club pays top wages, 280, 320 thousands of pounds a week. That's the holy grail. That's what I'm led to believe anyway. That's what I'm led to believe. I know some fans would be happy with an FA Cup and Carabao Cup. I would be, because we haven't won silverware. However, in the grand scheme of things, it's not enough, is it? It's not enough. It's not enough. If he'd have won a Premiership and got us to a Champions League or a European final, win, lose or draw, and he goes and wins a domestic double this season, I'm thinking, all right, fair enough. Yeah, we've already won the Premiership under him. We've won an FA Cup under him. We've got to a European Cup final. All right, we got beat, but we got there. And now we've won the domestic double. We've done a domestic double this season. Do you know what I mean? So it's not being unrealistic, is it? What I'm saying. If he doesn't win the Premiership or the Champions League, he's got to go. That's it. But big up to everyone in. As you come in, guys, or if you leave, just make sure you put a like on the channel. It does help. And if you haven't subscribed, please sub to the channel, because it's free. And, it is really, really appreciated. I know Kai Havertz might link play up, etc., but surely need more than this. Well, this is it, Joseph. This is what he sees in him, doesn't it? This is what he sees in him. He sees that Havertz brings a different dimension to our style of play. He doesn't really see Kai Havertz as an out-and-out goal scorer. He sees Kai Havertz of bringing a different dimension into our style of play to allow other players to score goals. That's his thinking. He didn't really want to sign a striker. When he couldn't get Sesko, he was happy with that. He was quite happy not to have any number 9. He didn't want Gyokeres. It didn't really bother him that he couldn't get Sesko, because he didn't really want a striker. Gyokeres is a pain in his arse. You know? He's like the annoying uncle at a wedding, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's the annoying uncle at a wedding, Gyokeres, to Havertz. That's what he is. He's a right pain. He don't know what to do with him. He don't know how to get the best out of him. You don't really want him. He's just like, oh, really? Have we got to invite? You know, it's like when you do the invite. Oh, we got to invite him. I don't want Uncle Bob. Please don't bring Uncle Bob. That's Gyokeres. He's like the Uncle Bob at the wedding, isn't he? No one wants him there. But you got to invite him because it's your mum's brother or something, you know? Still blows my mind, Havertz is on 285k a week. Watch this space. He's probably get a pay rise by the end of the winter. That will go up. I'm telling you. Once that brother gets back into the team, that could even rise. Don't be surprised he'll end up on 300k. Yeah. You are the coach. Who'd you get rid of? T-Dot. I'd get rid of Martinelli because he's a bit player. He's an off the bench player. He's not 90 minutes anymore. Killed him, ruined him. I'd get rid of Wenger because he doesn't like him. He doesn't want to play him. So I'd cash in on Wenger. Martinelli would go in my book. Jesus, I'd still try and get rid of Gabriel Jesus if I could. 100% get rid of him. He'd go. Ben White, another one, unfortunately. Injury prone, ruined him. Ben White would be another one that I would let go. This will be controversial. This will light up. But I would, not in January, But I think in the summer, if money came in for Trossard, I'd let Trossard go as well. And then I'd go and get a banging left-hand side midfield player, because it's still a problem in my book. I still don't think we've got a left-sided player at the football club. We've got a moments left-sided player. We've got someone that comes in and just does like little moments here and there. But I still don't think we've got an out-and-out banging left-sided player that's going to give you sort of 85 minutes of absolute top-draw football. So there's quite a few players. They're the ones off the top of my head that I would cash in on straight away. 100%. Big up everyone for joining me. I know it's a busy time of year, guys, and family and season and all of that, but thank you very much for dropping in. Rob Future, Odegaard is our creative spark now, mate, apparently. He is, yeah. He's our creative spark. He's the one that's going to lock he's the one that's going to do all the damage and take us to the promised land. Why hasn't he done it then in the last 2-3 years? Why hasn't he done it? Why was Rice still looking like our most creative player playing at right back yesterday? It's not enough. It's not enough. When you're going for premierships and Champions Leagues, you can't have moments. You can't have your moments in the sun. Yeah. You got to be out there all day. You got to put it in for 90 minutes. You can't keep creating chances and not scoring. Why did we buy a number 9? He didn't want him. He don't know what to do with him. Yeah. There's going to be fireworks, people. There's going to be fireworks. I've said this before. We'll be rocking up at the Emirates, or you'll be looking at it on your screens. You'll be looking at the team sheet and you'll be going, Gyokeres ain't even in the team. He's not even on the bench. What's going on? Is he ill? Is he injured? No, he's not injured. Is he ill? No, he ain't ill. He's probably where he's had a training ground bust up with a manager and the manager's thrown the book at him. That's what it'll be, and it'll go down that he's got a virus or something. James, biggest club investment is Havertz since we moved to the Emirates, surely. Yeah. He's going to die on Havertz Hill. We keep saying it. How many times, even you guys in the chat, he's going to die on Havertz Hill. DJB, I was under Andy G before on your channel. I went yesterday to the Emirates. I'm still fuming. Yeah. Yeah. It's not good, is it? It's not a good day out, is it? It is for certain people. They love it. Lovely day out. Have a few beers, get something to eat, get ripped off for a Iceland pizza, water down Asahi, crack coffee. Then you go in the armory, you do another mortgage, you remortgage the house just to buy a sweatshirt. Do you know what I mean? It's what it is. Had a lovely time. I'm not there for lovely times. I'm there to watch. I want to watch good football. I don't think there's too much to ask, is it? 1,700 quid on a season ticket. Team spent £1 billion. I want to watch good football. Why can't I? Why can't I demand being entertained and winning the Premiership, winning it in style? Why? Why? Yeah, I understand there's an odd dip in form. I understand you're going to get the odd rogue game. I'll take that. If we're blowing teams away and we rock up and have the odd bad game and we just about get over the line with an own goal, fine. I'll accept that. But the fact that we're practically getting out of jail by own goals and set pieces every single game is absolute madness for me. It's crazy. Gyokeres would bag for Barcelona. Gyokeres would bag for Newcastle. Gyokeres would bag for Crystal Palace. Gyokeres would bag for Brighton. Gyokeres would bag for Aston Villa. Gyokeres would bag for Man City. Gyokeres would bag for Who else could I say? Everton. Look at Calvert-Lewin at Leeds. Dominic Calvert-Lewin at Leeds. Who'd have thought him? Who'd have thought that he'd be scoring more goals than Gyokeres in open play? Take away the penalties, because me and Kenny calls them cheat codes. You can't class penalties. Strikers shouldn't take penalties. They're cheats. Midfielders and fullbacks take penalties. Right? Dominic Calvert-Lewin is looking more impressive than Victor Gyokeres. And I'm going to say it again for the 100th time. That is not me saying that Gyokeres is a bad player. That's not me saying that Arsenal shouldn't have signed him. That's me saying that now we have signed him, we've turned him into a muppet. This manager, with the tactics and the lack of nous in the coaching side of things, for a forwards, has turned him into a muppet. He looks dreadful. And I'm not beating around the bush at this, people. I'm coming straight at you with this, yeah? He looks one of the worst strikers I've seen at Arsenal in many, many years. He's up there with the Shamaks. He's up there with the Lee Chapmans. He's up there with the Nicholas Bentners. He's up there with the Francis Jeffers. That is how bad he looks. Yeah. We're missing out on Semenyo too. Thank God. I'm not being funny. ACG 66. Thank God. We're not getting Semenyo. Can you imagine Semenyo at this football club? Geezer would have him on the bench. He'd still start Trossard and Martinelli over him. He'd bench him. Or he'd have him playing as a wing-back. The minute he doesn't get back and defend, he's on the bench. You've only got to look what he's done to Eze. Look at Eze. Honestly. I wish I had that kind of salary with him. I could easily afford to purchase a house. And yeah, absolutely, Gona. Absolutely. The salaries are off the wall. DJ, does Arteta get the sack if he just wins the Carabao Cup? In my book, yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100. You buy a house and the people that you pay tell you that it's all okay to live in and the roof caves in. You're still living in that house, but you want the person that said it was all okay and safe to live in to be sacked because the roof's caved in. That's what's happened at Arsenal. We've still won a cup, but really the roof's caved in because we ain't won anything else. Carabao Cup on £1 billion. Nearly 7 going into his 7th season at Arsenal Football Club with his team, with the players that he sees day in, day out on the training ground. One of the best strikers in Europe, one of the best number 10s in the Premiership over the years in Eze. Man like Saka, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, David Raya, one of the best goalkeepers in European football. And we're coming out with just a Carabao Cup. No, it's not. It's not enough for me. It's not enough for me. I'm happy that we've won silverware. Of course I am. But it's not enough. I'm sorry. It's just not enough. I'd show him the door, even if he won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. It's, for me, it's Champions League, Premiership, or see you later. That is it. That is it. And I'm even sceptical giving him more time if he wins the Premiership. I said, go out on a high. Go out on a high. Because what you've got to realise, right, and people are going to say, oh, that's a bit harsh. He's won the Premiership and you want to sack him? Let me tell you the reasons why. Because the moment this guy wins the Premiership, okay, he's going to be handed another 5 years contract. He's going to be given another 5 years minimum, right? It's taken him 6 years to win one Premiership. If he gets another 5 year deal and it takes him another 5 years to win another, he's won 2 Premierships in 11 years. Plus spending probably near on £2 billion by the time he finishes. That's how you got to look at it. No, there's a shelf life for everyone. Unfortunately, it's a business, it's football. There's a shelf life. Managers should not last more than 7 seasons max in my book in modern football. That's it. Players get bored of it. Fans get bored of the tactics. It needs freshening up. Every now and again, you have to freshen it up. No matter what you win. That's in my book. The fact that Arteta has absolutely crippled players, not improved them, tactically he's boring. No, I couldn't put up with him for another 3 or 4 years, no matter what he wins. I'm sorry. I'm just being real. I'm being real. Got to be true to myself, people. Oda Clapton. Yeah, exactly. He's had Madueke, Hincapié, Eze, Norgard, Gyokeres signed, yet he is not enough dead. Not enough depth, said Top Gooners. What a load of crap, that statement. This is what you're getting now, aren't you? This is the narrative that they're going to spin now. They're now going to go for not enough depth. They're now going to go, we need to sign more players. No, you don't, because you wasn't saying it at the start of the season. Yeah? The last time I witnessed such poor footballing team with a lack of ideas and a game change was back in Terry Neal days, but at least we had a great cup side. Yeah, we had something with Terry Neal, didn't we? Yeah. It was pretty dire, wasn't it? It was pretty dire back in the Terry Neal days. I'll give you that. But we had a goal scorer that could score goals. And we got to FA Cup finals on a regular basis. So, there you go. By the way, Aston Villa's set a record for all those that want to know. All those that like records. Aston Villa's set one. Unai Emery, that crap manager that put this club into the dark ages and the black hole and the point of no return, the darkest times of this football club's history was under Unai Emery. Was it bollocks? Was it bollocks? Pick any 3 of our strikers and Haaland will score more than all of them put together. Facts. Facts. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will. Dominic Calvert-Lewin at Leeds will probably score more than Gyokeres this season. Make that make sense. You get your head around that, people. The tourists love it. Oh, they do love it. But they don't care, do they? They don't care. I ain't got a problem with tourists going to the Emirates. More the merrier. Any Arsenal fan that goes to the Emirates, young, old, middle-aged, men, women, you know, people with disabilities, black, white, yellow, pink, green, whatever, dressed as women, dressed as this, I don't care. I don't care. Go to Arsenal, support the football club, fine. But be realistic about supporting the football club. Don't bury your head in the sand. Yeah? Just be realistic. Go and support the football club, but be realistic. And be truthful to yourself what you're actually seeing. If you're going for a good day out, don't comment on what you're seeing. Just shut your mouth and don't say nothing. Just say, I've had a lovely time. I've bought the merch. I've got nice photos. I've enjoyed myself. Fine, perfect, brilliant. Thank you very much. Don't start coming into chats and all of that saying about you don't know what you're talking about. Your chat don't know what you're talking about. This, that, and the other. Gyokeres is this one's that, blah, blah, blah. The manager's this, the manager's a genius. He's number 3 in the world. He's one of the, he could walk into any job, blah, blah, blah. No, he can't. No, he can't. Big up DJB in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Big up Suge. Absolute legend as always. Thank you very much. You've heard it. If Suge says hits the likes and subscribe, I'm not arguing with him. I'm not. Listen. I tried to get Suge to get old pineapple pizza on it. I tried to get Suge to have pineapple on his pizza, and then he was going to abandon me. He was going to absolutely block me forever. So I'm not arguing with that. Big up the Suge, my friend. You're well. Mansfield. Dagnum. Just like Liverpool smashing Spurs apart to seal the title, or PSG smashing Inter apart to win the UCL, and they didn't even bother to add on any stoppage time. Yeah. 6 in 6 games for Leeds, DJB. Yeah, I know. It looks grim for West Ham. It does look grim for West Ham, I've got to be honest. Oh, I hate it. It's not good, really, for West Ham. How as a team like West Ham, I can't believe they're down there. I can't believe they're so bad. Honestly, even the West Ham fans can't believe it. They want the manager sacked. They want another manager. Get him gone. They want the owners sacked. They want the manager sacked. And they're all united on it. You might have a little sprinkling of West Ham fans that go, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. But at the end of the day, on the whole, 90% of those West Ham fans want everyone fucking cleared out. They don't want Bowen as captain. Honestly. Meanwhile, Arsenal at the top of the league, scraping through games, wiping our backside on the way out, being chased down by Man City week in and week out when we should be clear. Best in the world. Fantastic. Great stuff. Odegaard's a genius. The managers are fantastic. Brilliant. Big up the Shane. Absolute legend. Big up Shane, my friend. Absolute legend. Serving up the breakfast, doing madness. Works tirelessly, people. Big up to Shane. And thank you this year, Shane, for everything you've done, my friend. As we were saying on the phone today, DJ, Gyokeres would be scoring for fun under Emery. Yeah, 100%, Shane. He'd be scoring for fun anywhere. Even under the Leeds manager, this guy would be Farquhar, fucker, whatever you want to call him, right? He would even be scoring for fun under him. Look at his striker, what he's doing for Leeds. I can't get excited about it. Gyokeres would bag for every team in the world, apart from Arsenal. Yeah. Most strikers bag at football clubs. There has to be a point when a manager has to take accountability for this. I can't believe that the manager is not taking any accountability whatsoever about anything. No one's questioning him about Gyokeres. They're putting videos out now, right? I've seen clips, right? Where Martinelli's absolute dreadful. First of all, right, Martinelli's run across the goal from Saka's cross and he ballooned it over the bar, right? Literally missed it. Fucking, I think the ball landed in my car park out here, hit my car, right? That's how bad a miss it was, right? And they're showing that. Look at Martinelli's run compared to Gyokeres' run. The fact is, right, is he had the opportunity to do that. When Gyokeres was on the pitch, he never had any opportunities to do that at all. And why are you doing it? Why aren't you picking out the manager? Why are you picking little clips of certain players doing what Gyokeres ain't doing? Why don't you pick out clips of what the manager's not doing? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy that everything's deflected away from the real problem. And we've said it at the start of the season. We said it at the start of last season. Me and Shane said it. If you see still in the chat, everyone can watch video. Everyone can watch streams of me and Shane being live and everything else, and Aaron and you name it. Everyone, no matter who this manager brings in the football team, he will destroy them. He's done it with Eze. He's done it with Gyokeres. Zubimendi ain't really setting the place alight. He's just going through the motions. Saka's not gone to the next level where he should be. He's just plateaued out. Martinelli's fallen off of a cliff. We all knew that last season, right? No one's really improving. Look at Miles Lewis-Skelly in the second half. Looks dreadful. He was getting spun, turned, everything. Big up to yourself, Jam Boy. Big up to yourself, Jam Boy. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Love to you and your family. And yeah, real one, my friend. Real one. Shane Gooner, 100%. Big up Shane Gooner. Yeah, big up Shane every single time, my friend. Big up Shaney-O. And Gyokeres would bag for Wolves, Wrexham, basically any club not managed by Arteta. There you go, Suge. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, voice of reason, old Suge. Absolute legend. Any club, any football club. Frank Lampard, I'll tell you what, right? If he... Can you imagine it in 2 seasons' time or next season if Gyokeres went out on loan and Coventry came into the Premier League? And he went back to, and I think was he playing at Coventry? I think he was at Coventry for a while, wasn't he? That's where he come from in Championship. Sure, it was Coventry. Chat, if I'm wrong in the chat, put it in the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's Coventry. Can you imagine him under Frank Lampard? He'd be scoring at least 22 goals a season. He's not that bad a player. Lacazette was not that bad a player. Yeah. Reece Nelson had potential. Do not tell me Emil Smith-Rowe never had potential. Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe. Yeah? Killed them. Look at Skelly compared to last season. Watch him play when he plays now. Compared to last year. Oh, better than Ashley Cole last year. Now, he'll just about be better than Martha Cole. Don't know about Ashley Cole. Madness. Chris Kawanya. Yeah, he's in that bracket, Rob Future. Chris Kawanya. Is anyone full of confidence when Arsenal play? Can you safely say, right, or can you actually say with any confidence that Arsenal are going to win a football match? And I don't mean, well, I was going to say I don't mean the Wolves and all of that because we just about scraped across the line. Yeah, any football match. There you go, any football match. If we was playing West Ham away tomorrow on Tuesday, if it was West Ham away, and I'm saying West Ham because at the moment they're going through turmoil, right? Would you honestly say with any confidence at all that we would beat them? Or would you be like, well, we should beat them, but it all depends on... Because that's where I am. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you. Every game Arsenal plays, and I was the same last season, I'm going into games thinking, oh, I don't know. 1-1, 2-1, 1-0. That's how I am with Arsenal. Ask me how we get on against Aston Villa. We're going to lose. I hope we win. I pray we win. I'll be gassed if we win. But if I take my Arsenal hat off and you want me to give you an honest prediction, I think Aston Villa will beat us. I said Aston Villa would beat us at Villa Park, and they did. I said we wouldn't get nothing in the Sunderland game. We'd get a point. We'd be lucky. We wouldn't come out of there with a win. We didn't. I said Chelsea. Again, we wouldn't win that game. We didn't win that game. Listen, I'm not big-headed. I'm not blowing myself up because that's just not me at all, people. You know, anyone that knows me, I'm not like that. But I've just got this gut. I go with my gut. I don't go with my head. I don't go with my Arsenal biasness. I'm not biased. I've said before, I'm one of the rare ones that don't think that this team is the best team since the Highbury days. It doesn't excite me. It bores me to tears. I find it boring. Yeah, I find it boring. Not going to lie to you. What, just because we've got Eze and just because we've got Gyokeres, I've got to jump on the bandwagon and go, oh, it's the best team ever. Oh. No, I'm not. Because the fact of the matter, it's not. It's awful. Balance 4-4-2. Gyokeres 14 goals. I said at the start of the season he'd be lucky to get 15 goals, Gyokeres, and I got laughed at. I got absolutely laughed at. I was, he get 15 goals in his sleep. Yeah. Well, he's falling out of bed now, isn't he? And he's whacking his head pretty hard. Arteta is paid 88 times much more than Keir Starmer, so the idea he shouldn't be under pressure is mad. Rob Future, what an absolute brilliant comment. What a comment. This manager at this football club has got to be under pressure. In fact, I don't think he's under enough pressure. I said to Shane on the phone today, right, that victory should have been booed yesterday. Should have been booed. Won by an own goal. A world-class save stopped us from dropping points at home. The performance in the second half was like the Wolves' performance the game before and all of that. It was crap, right? That should be booed off the park. If you've got any ambition and you want this football club to win major trophies and you want to set the standards high and you want high expectations for this football club, that win should be booed. Simple as that. And it's not. It's not. He's clapping. Hey, well done, Mick. Well done, Mikel. Love you, Martin Odegaard. Love you. That's what I'm getting around me. Fuck off. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I can remember when I've seen great Arsenal teams get booed in certain sections of the fan base when they've won games. Really good Arsenal teams. When we've drawn and when we've like won 1-0, they've been booed. Oh, God, fucking terrible. Should be ashamed of yourself, not fit to wear the shirt. Now, they're celebrating own goals. Own goal again, ole, ole. Own goal again. They're proud of it. Make it make sense. This is how far this club has come. You got fans proud that we're scoring own goals. That's how far we've fallen. Smash the likes, oh geez. Come on, people. After Spurs won the Europa or Premiership, get him no more than 1 year extra. Facts. That alone was a sackable offence. Spurs winning a European Cup before Arsenal Football Club. That should have been a sackable offence in itself. 100%. High predictions for the Villa game. Tough fixture up. Yeah, we're going to do predictions at the end, my friend. We're going to do the predictions at the end of the stream. Thank you very much. Villa smash and grab win 1-0. Arsenal will dominate possession and get caught on the counter-attack. I'm not so sure, Jan Boy, they'll dominate possession, you know. We could get overrun in midfield quite badly. If he's got Rice playing at right back, we could get overrun badly. I don't think Zubamendi's up for the task of McGinn and Onana. Marino definitely is not in midfield. And Odegaard, we all know what happens to him in a big game. Yeah? So, I don't know. And who's going to score the goal? Where's the goal coming from? I don't know, Jam Boy. I'm worried about it, my friend. I'm worried about it. But yeah, no, listen. There will be people coming on here saying we're going to win for it. Not on here, but you'll see people on other streams like the crazy stuff. They'll be going like 3-0 Arsenal, 4-0 Arsenal. Yeah. I'm hoping that is the score, but you can't predict it, can you? And on your heart, you can't predict the scores of 3s and 4-0s. You can't. I'm sorry, that's disrespecting Aston Villa. They've just set a record. They've gone, what, 11 games, 11 straight wins. You mad? And you're predicting like 3s and 4-0s. Come on. He likes favours, Marino, Havertz, Odegaard, Zubamendi, etc. But they're safe system players. They're safe. Does exactly what they say on the tin. He's reverting back to what he knows. And I keep saying it. He will go back to what he knows to get him over the line or try and get him over the line. He won't venture in any way, shape or form. He couldn't even coach his way out of being under a bit of pressure yesterday from Brighton. He couldn't wait to get Gabby on. As soon as they equalised, he couldn't wait to get a defender on. He couldn't coach his way out of the starting 11. He weren't prepared to bring Eze on and put an extra attacking threat there to try and pin Brighton back in their own half. He just, oh dear, oh quick, oh yeah, quick, defender, and yeah, okay, that was it. He can't wait, and it will be the same against Aston Villa. If we're winning 2-1 or 1-0, watch him. Watch the substitutions. Crazy work, man. One of the things that fucks me off is companies getting tickets and giving them to non-Arsenal fans. Oh, Jam Boy, that's always been a problem for me. Always been a problem for me. Corporates, companies, just giving them out willy-nilly and Arsenal fans missing out. Any Arsenal fan. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Tourists are nicking our seats. Don't know how they get there. They pay the big money for the tickets. Ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy what the tickets go for. This is it. This is what you got to put up with. I'm dead to Suge. Jam Boy, you upset him? Don't upset the Suge, man. Suge, what's it, 40 degrees where you are at the moment? It's freezing here. Apparently snow's on the way over New Year. Apparently it's going to turn like proper taters, I'm telling you. It's going to be about -3, -2. It's going to be all sorts of madness again. It's going to be really cold. It's doing my head in. My heating bill's going through the roof. Arteta is a bum, but within the current managerial market, realistically speaking, his demand among teams would be high. It's just an assessment. Otherwise, I don't like him. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I suppose in the current market of managers that's going around, he'd probably be wanted by someone. But I don't know. There has been top jobs going, and he's not even. Arsenal have not even been approached for him. So, we'll have to wait and see. One thing's for sure, I don't think he'll ever walk away from the job. The only way that Arsenal will get rid of this manager is if he doesn't win and the manager just and the owners turn around and go, look, sorry, we're going to try pastures new. We're going to freshen it up. You've had your chance. We feel that you've had enough time to deliver and you haven't. So we need to freshen it up a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. I admire that. I haven't got a problem with that. And if he was manly enough to walk away and if he doesn't win the Premiership or the Champions League, and he turns around and he goes, do you know what? I've done everything I can. I hope I've brought you some good times. I hope to leave the club in a good position. But unfortunately, I've not been able to deliver what was in the plan. And he walks away. I think I'd have a bit of respect for him. I think I'd go, yeah, okay, fair enough, Mikel. I understand. Fair enough. And then it'd be like 24-hour streams. Like me, Shane, Lee, we'll all be like up for 24, 48 hours. So I'll do an hour or so, then we'll go over to Lee's, all of us, we'll all be on Lee's, and then we'll all be on North Sides, then we'll all be on Aaron's, then we'll all be on it. It'll just be mayhem. But at the end of the day, right, I'd admire him for that, but I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's that sort of person. I don't think he's in that sort of person. I remember paying £300 for a weekend game and flights. Wow. I know. I think it's football on the whole, though. I mean, it's not just Arsenal, really. It's just football's gone mad, isn't it? Look at the World Cup. Look at the prices of the World Cup tickets, guys. It's just gone bonkers, right? And then you look at the prices of football teams and seats, and it's just the way it is going. It's just crazy. Is it football anymore? It's just a business, isn't it? It's just a business. It's whoever does well in the business. Yeah? You're playing to the galleries all the time. That's what you're doing. The standard of football on the whole, I think, especially in the Premiership, is pretty poor. I know it's competitive. I get that. I get it's one of the hardest leagues to win, possibly. I don't know. It may be. But I'm not in the camp that it's the best league to watch. I'll go backstage with Lee and Matty sometimes, and I'll watch some of the Spanish football being played there in the leagues, in the lower leagues and the top leagues and stuff like that. And the football that's being played is just crazy. The style of football, the one touches, the speed of football, the way it's gone from defence into attack in 2 or 3 passes, and then getting a shot off of a goal or scoring. It's incredible. The Premiership now, I find a lot of games boring, if I'm honest with you. I find Arsenal worse. Horrible to say it, isn't it, about your own club, but I can't lie. I can't sit here and go, oh, it's fantastic. What a game yesterday. Oh, my God, I didn't want to leave the stadium. They had to peel me off the seat. I'm out there jumping, hey, wow, what a game. Shots, clears off the line, crossbars, hitting the crossbar, one hit the post, one this, one down there. Do you know what? When Brighton scored, it livened it up a little bit. When Brighton scored, I'm thinking, okay, let's see what we're made of. Come on. Let's see what we're made of. Any quality in the final third, Brighton. If it hadn't been for that save, they're walking out of there with a point. It's hard to think West Ham will not be relegated. I think they will. They got Brighton. I see enough of Brighton in that second half. And I've seen enough of Leeds today. I don't think West Ham are getting out of it. And it pains me to say it because I live in a predominantly West Ham area. I've got a lot of friends and people around me that support West Ham. I've got the utmost respect for that football club and fans. But I tell you what, I'm really worried for West Ham. I'm really worried for West Ham. And it'd be such a shame. But the fixture would be West Ham and Millwall. You can hit me with any derby you like. You can hit me with Celtic and Rangers, Sunderland and Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Portsmouth and Southampton. Anyone, any single derby you want to hit me with, and I'm telling you now, nothing is more raucous, spectator-wise, than Millwall and West Ham. I'm telling you, you need eyes at the back of your head, on your arms. I'm telling you, it is proper hatred. There is no Millwall fan or no West Ham fan that like one another. None. Yeah? The police, the pubs around that area at the time, it'll just be lockdown. It'll be COVID, honestly. It'd be COVID settings all around the ground. It's crazy. Crazy. I mean, if you're a West Ham fan and you're listening, come on in and tell me differently. But I'm only going by experience telling you. That game will be feisty. But you know what, you know what will happen, don't you? Millwall will get up through the playoffs and West Ham will get relegated. Imagine that. Imagine Millwall coming to Arsenal next season. Leeds have an incredible considering the fact everybody had them really. I didn't. Now, I didn't, my friend 8276. I had Leeds home form keeping them up because Leeds at Ellen Road is a bit of a fortress. So not a nice ground to go to get a football result. And I said if Leeds can get their home form going, I think they'll stay up. I had Burnley to go, and I did fear for West Ham this season. Only because last season there was rumblings last season and their signings, and then they lost Gyokeres, and they've never really got over the Declan Rice. They've never really signed a striker either. They signed that Krug, and it ain't been good enough. So, yeah, I think the bottom three is the three that could. I think the bottom three will go down. I think Forest will have enough. I think Forest out of all the teams down there, apart from the obvious ones, out of West Ham, Forest, and Leeds and Forest look as if they've got more about them than West Ham. Yeah, tough. Big up, Suge, again. Thank you, my friend. Said it in Sean's stream earlier. Havertz and Jesus have scored a combined 117 goals in like 400 games. They get paid 545k a week for feelings. Suge and the chat. We're going to have a little quiet reflection on Suge's super chat, people. So let's bow our heads and let's close our eyes, and I will read Suge's super chat once more whilst you're sitting back during this festive season. On a Sunday evening, you might have a glass of wine, a beer, or something else. A cup of tea, a coffee. Put your feet up and listen to Suji's relaxing story. Said it on Sean's stream earlier. Havertz and Jesus have scored a combined 117 league goals in like 400 games. They get paid 545k a week for feelings. And they are now both at Arsenal Football Club. And we won't be able to sell them or move them on. Please take 10 seconds or 20 seconds just to sink in. Thank you, Suge, once again. Thank you. Horrendous people. Arteta wants to win with Havertz and Jesus to prove the point. We ain't winning. He does. That's what the manager's like. Anyone seen Noni Madueke? What's happened to him? I know Wenger, he walks the dog and washes the cars in the car park now. He's the car washer. They pull up in their car at the ground. Ethan, first on the right-hand side, mate. Get the bucket. Away you go. And can you walk the dog while you finish? When you finish, I want Win walked, please. Yeah, but I was going to have an integral role in the football team. You was going to play me central, and I was going to be one of your main signings of the season. Yeah, we've signed you to wash cars and walk the dog. Away you go. Nonny, orange peeling duties. Come on. Yeah, but I'm sitting here watching Saka drop a stinker. And he's not really playing well. No, don't you say that about Star Boy. You'll lose me my job. Get and peel the oranges. There's a good boy. Where you go. They're coming in at half time. Go make the cups of tea. Make sure the sandwiches are in the own changing rooms. That's Nonny's job. Might play here and there. Boss, are you going to start Leandro Trossard again? Because he's played a lot of games. And yeah, I'm going to start Trossard. Oh, okay, I'll get that. But what about Martinelli? He's not coming on, is he? Because Martinelli's like not really playing well. Are you going to give me a go at left midfield? Or put Saka on the left, me on the right? What do you reckon? You telling me how to coach? Go sit down. Madueke hardly kicked a ball in recent weeks. No, how dare he score 2 screamers against Bruges and take the headlines away from the manager? How dare he? Naughty Madueke. Know your place. I'll put you in your place. Don't you worry about that. Between them, I'm through Shane Gooner's channel. Big up to the both of you, DJB. Big up, my friend. We're just keeping it real. As I said, you can wing away with the fairies and listen to all lovely stuff, and it's all fluffy and nice, and cocktails on the beach, the sun's out, the sky's blue, pretty girls walking around the swimming pool. What a lovely thing to have. However, or you can have it raw, not very pleasant, but truthful. He was at Coventry. Yeah, I thought he was at Coventry. I knew he was at Coventry. I just wanted to... Yeah, he was at Coventry. I'm a little behind on the chat. Let's get up on the chat. Come on, Dave. Starmer destroying England and Arteta destroying Arsenal. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go down the political line on that. I want to try and keep politics out of it if I can, people. I've got my own political views, as of everyone else, but we want to try and keep it as a football channel. That would be nicely. Thank you very much for your comment. More chance own goal scoring 50. Yeah, he's got more, honestly. Isn't it just bad, though, when you think how excited we were all at the start of the season when Eze joined? Well, not at the start of the season with Eze, because he didn't want him. If he wanted him, we'd have signed Eze in June. We'd have got Eze before Zubamendi last January. Do you know what I mean? But when you think how excited we all were, I was on streams and man like Christian was going, yeah, everyone's going to be doing this every week around the ground. We're all going to be doing this, Gyokeres that. Hello? How many times you done that this season? Who'd want to do it anyway? But if you do, how many times you done it this season? Play Christian Odegaard right back. Why not? He played him centre half. Zubamendi isn't ready for McKinn. Zubamendi ain't ready. I'll tell you, Zubamendi ain't ready for a Pringle at the moment. He's hard. I don't see it, people. I don't see it. I love pineapple on pizza, so I'm dead to suit. Yeah, but listen, I like pineapple on pizza, but you know, Suge still writes me. Suge he's still hanging on in there. He's smashing in another one now. Look, Jay, never dead to me. Jam boy, never dead to me. Just your choice of pizza needs to be looked at. It was 30. It was 31 yesterday, and another 32 today. It's the humidity that's the bad bit. Oh, mate. 31 degrees and 32. I can't get my head around that every single day of the week. And 40 degrees is right up my street. Nah, Jam boy, not up mine, mate. You can stick your 40 degrees. Nah. 40 degrees if I got a nice swimming pool just to slide into, or a nice ocean just to sort of like slide into. But 40 degrees, mate. No. Do you know the perfect temperature for me in the summer, especially now I've got older, is probably 25, 26 degrees. If it's 25, 26 degrees, perfect. The minute it starts getting 28 and up into the 30s, I'm like, nah, it's a little bit warm. It's a little bit warm. I can't imagine being in 40 degrees every single day. My Spanish team's betis are better than Arsenal to watch, truly. Yeah, most Spanish teams are better than Arsenal to watch. In fact, most teams are better than Arsenal to watch, to be honest. I hate to say it, but it is. I can't get too excited about watching Arsenal when I'm sitting there and when they up the tempo. There was a little stage in the game yesterday where they really upped the tempo and started. There was one move they done, and if it had ended in a goal, it would have been a really good goal. I think it was in the second half. They done one move from back to front, and it was played quick, to feet, decisive. And I'm thinking, that's what I want to see. That is the football I want to see. Why do you think you still keep seeing clips? Why do you still think, like on social media, you still see clips of the goals that Arsenal have scored 2-3 years ago and 4 or 5 seasons ago? To make you feel good. To know that everything's still all okay. Realistically, we know. Most Arsenal fans know there's problems. There's problems. It's not good. Let's get it right. It's not good. You can't come out of there waxing lyricals about Arsenal's performances. It's not sustainable. You can't keep getting away with it. There has to be a point where you need to score goals and put teams to bed and take your chances. I'm expecting to blow teams away now. I'm expecting to absolutely annihilate teams. I was expecting we should be beating Brighton comfortably. Not so much Villa. Villa are a good side. It might be a struggle against Villa. They're the sort of games that if you come out with a win, you take it. But when you're playing teams like Brighton at home, Wolves at home, I know it ain't a gimme, and I'm not disrespecting the teams, but we should be absolutely smoking them. especially when you've got the talent that we've got. We've got Madueke with all his pace. You've got Eze with all his creativity. Wanyeri. Gyokeres. And we're still struggling. It just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense. It's horrible. If I got offered a season ticket to Arsenal now, I wouldn't take it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The only thing I would say to that, my friend, is this manager's not going to be there forever. But once you got your season ticket, you've got it for pretty much life, as long as you've got the money to renew it every season, right? And then it can be handed down to your grandchildren or whoever, whatever, brothers, sisters, whatever, right? That's the only reason why I won't give my season ticket up. And Jez asks me and Kenny all the time, and people ask us, why do you still go? One, it's in you. Two, I enjoy going. I don't enjoy what I'm watching, but I still enjoy going and the kind of buzz and the feeling that you get waking up and all of that. But the main thing is, I know the manager's not going to be there forever. Please God, I'm going to outlive the football manager at the football club. He's going to move on eventually, and I've still got the season ticket. So if miraculously Zidane does walk through the door, I'm going to be there. That's the only reason why I can't give up the season ticket. And the fact someone like Desperate Dan will come and take my seat. You'll have another top gooner, or you'll have another deluded, psycho, mented fan jump in my seat, and I'm not having that. I'm not giving my seat up to some moron. You know what I mean? If I can be guaranteed to give my seat up to someone like Kenny Ken or one of us lot, then I'll give it up. But the facts of the matter is, you ain't. You're going to get some frigging shirt Arteta. I love Arteta shirt wearing poster boy sitting there. Not having it. Imagine being in the stadium with Arteta lovers. I'd get physically sick. It is sickening. I don't live in Romford, my friend. No. Don't wish to live in Romford. No. Millwall West Ham is a no-go zone. Jeez. Oh, mate. It's deep. It's deep. Deep. Irons. Joe, I was on it was so funny though, right? I'm on the train going to the Emirates. And obviously every time for years this has been happening now. Every time I go Arsenal, I have to go through the West Ham and get on the train all packed with West Ham. Right. And it ain't funny, and I shouldn't laugh, right? But there's all these West Ham, and you can spot a West Ham fan a mile away. They've all got them sort of granddad caps on, haven't they? Them sort of, the type of caps you mean. The proper checkered caps, the old Ray Winston look, And there's a group of blokes chatting away on the train. So one of them says, like, so what do you reckon then? And he's going, oh, we're going to lose. He went, yeah, I think we're going to lose. He went, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start mapping out our away games for next season in the Championship, right? You ever been Coventry? You ever been here? They started reeling off all these Championship teams, right? I've never been to Sheffield United. I think if Sheffield United stay up, and they're deadly serious, I wouldn't mind going Sheffield next season. Yeah, that'd be a good weekend out, wouldn't it? We go down to Sheffield, we get a hotel, we blah, blah, blah. It's good city, Sheffield, blah, blah, blah. And they're reeling off all these teams. So, and they're all deadly. They're not messing about. They're just like, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. They've already got it in their head. They're gone. They've already got it in their head. They're gone. They're already planning for next season in the Championship. And I'm thinking, you can't be doing that. And then I'm thinking, but I'm already planning for the worst with this football manager with Arsenal. It's just the other end of the football. I might still suffer the same pain as West Ham. we all might suffer the same pain as West Ham. Because to me, if Arsenal don't win the Premiership, I'm going to go through the same pain as all the West Ham fans being relegated. I went through it last season watching Spurs. That done me. When Spurs won that Europa Cup and we ended up with nothing again, and we had £750 million spent on the team then. I was happy to win a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup. I was just about to give him some grace. Last season, I'm going, well, if he wins the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, I suppose he should really get another go at it if there's going to be money spent on the team. Now, gone. Get him gone. Anything less than the Champions League and the Premiership is pain for me. It's painful. And I'll be like the West Ham fans if they get relegated. It'd be like getting relegated if we don't win if we don't win the Premiership. Under this football team, with the players we've got, I can't imagine not winning any trophy whatsoever. It would probably be one of the biggest disasters of the Premiership if this team don't win a trophy. And what will be more insulting is if this manager rocks up on that touchline next season. Me and Shane said we don't even know what. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I'll start a tennis channel or something. I'll call it the Tennis Huddle or Cricket Channel. I'll call it. I'll start following Essex cricket and doing an Essex cricket channel or something. I don't know. Arsenal may drive me back to drink. Don't do it, Brian boy. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. It'd be absolutely horrendous. Rob, have a chaser with that beer, me. Beer for me, please. Mel, hello, darling. How are you? Big up to you. Thank you for dropping in as per usual. Much appreciated. Hope you're well and enjoying this season, the festive season, and whatever you're doing. Big up to you. I swear to Christ, I hate this timeline we're in. You don't know whether to sink or swim, do you, Doc? Doc, you don't know whether to sink or swim at the moment, do you? I always said, right, I don't know where Lynch is. Lynch must be away for the Christmas holidays, right? But if you do watch it back, Lynch, you know where I'm coming from. I always say for people that don't know or have not heard me this before, supporting Arsenal is like driving in thick fog. You're nervous, you can't see clearly, and you don't know where you're going. That is supporting Arsenal in a nutshell. Driving in the fog or being a passenger in the fog. You're nervous, you can't see in front of you, you don't know where you're going. That's Arsenal. And at the moment, we're winning games like driving a battered out car. You know that car that needs a service or needs a lot of work done to it? And you're not really got the money to get it done and you're just holding on. You're just driving it. It gets you to your destination, but it ain't pretty. It's not a nice ride. That's Arsenal right now. Driving that clapped out car. It's getting you to A to B. But boy, when you land at B, it's not been nice. You know what I mean? That's Arsenal right now. And it's nervy. It's nervous. I'm not a bag of nerves when I'm sitting there watching Arsenal. Honestly, I'm pretty calm. I'm pretty cool and chilled. I'm like a laid back person and just like, you know, just let it all go. I'll get to Arsenal. I'm a bag of nerves. I don't even bite my nails. I'm proud of my nails, actually. I like my nails. But I'll get to Arsenal and I'm like, oh, fuck no. Honestly, it's just like, It's mad. The second half of the season, teams won't play the same way against us, but this manager, I've said that before as well. Because, right, honestly, guys, you guys in the chat, absolute legend, right? Ladies and gents, you are absolute legends. That's exactly right. Teams will raise the levels, players will raise their level, but Arsenal will still be in that. That's the thing. We can't go up another level. The performances at the start of the season was the best it was going to get. It ain't going to get no better from now on in. We just got to grind it out now. We just got to grind it out. That's how we've got to be. We just got to grind it out. Big up to Yamel all the time. Proud of his nails. I am proud of the old nails, actually. Do like the old nails. Good for the old scratch in the back and all of that. Yeah. Big up the nails. Go on the nails. Oh, dear. Inhaler in the armory. Oh, mate. Honestly, it's crazy times. Crazy times. Big up, ML. Welcome to the community, ML. Welcome to the community. No worries whatsoever. They're absolute legends, every single one of them. The big Martin Tap, there he is. And this young man's dropped in. Tyrell Gunner. Yeah. Go show him some love as well, the old Tyrell. He's a real one as well, mate. He's not deluded. He's the youth coming through. Tyrell's our youth coming through the system. He keeps it real. He knows his football as well. Big up to Tyrell. Oh, you got to get yourself a good back scratcher. Do you know what? Put it on my Christmas list. Can't believe it. I'm still Baloo the Bear up against the wall, me. I'm still giving it up against the wall, Baloo the Bear settings. You know, it's the bare necessities. Yeah, I need the back scratcher. What did I get? I had such an itchy back the other day. Proper, you know that itch that you just can't reach. Yeah. Of course, it's all right for you, good people. You've probably all got partners to go, do us a favour, babe, scratch my back. I ain't. I've got to resort to the old spaghetti, you know, the old, what you get the old pasta out with, the big old long I'm like giving it all that. This opposition gifted goals are ridiculous. How is this happening? I can't remember a team having luck after luck after luck. Terry, honestly, Tibbs. Terry Tibbs, this manager, I'm sure his middle name is Lucky. Whenever he's in the crap, something gets him out of it. Something he must whatever religion he follows, they must be looking down on him. Cast your mind back to the Champions League. Going into that Champions League against Real Madrid, it weren't pretty, was it? I think we had a few games where it wasn't looking very good, right? And up steps Declan Rice. He will never score free kicks like that ever again. He can't even take them. Odegaard puts the ball down, leave it alone. Rice goes running off. He don't even take a free kick. He takes corners. That's about it, right? And he bangs in them free kicks against Real Madrid. And I still say to this day, those 2 free kicks that Declan Rice took saved this brother's job. Saved him his job. That Champions League run, if we hadn't have got to the semi-final of the Champions League, I think he might have got the sack. I don't think he would have been here this season. And I'm probably way out wrong, but that's just my gut feeling. And you know me, people, right? Whether people agree with me, I don't care if one person agrees with me or 4,000 people agree with me. I'm just saying it from the heart. I still believe that Champions League campaign saved this manager's job. Because the FA Cup was awful against Man United. We went out 2 legs against Newcastle, and the rest is history. It was a disgrace that we didn't have enough Boxing Day games this year. I think all 10 fixtures should start simultaneously on Boxing Day, like just to honour the spirit and the tradition. I got a bit. I don't know. I see where you're coming from. Look, people that like the Boxing Day fixtures, I understand, right? But for many, many years, I've gone to Boxing Day fixtures, right, home and away, and they've been absolute bastards to get to. Some of them. Do you know what I mean? They've been absolute nightmares. And then you're there Christmas Day with your family or your Christmas night, and you're conscious that you've got to go football in the morning. Don't want to really drink too much or whatever. Where I think it's nice, you can have your Christmas Day, you can have your Boxing Day, and then the following day you can go football, and you're chomping at the bit to get out of the house. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. And there's the transport's all fairly back to normal, the buses, the trains. But I do understand where you're coming from with tradition. I get that, my friend. I get that. Man like Jimmy Nails. I've just never been able to bite my nails. I don't know why. Some people have always picked their nails or bite their nails. I've just never been able to do it. I just don't like that kind of sound, One of my fears is the dentist. The dentist is my biggest fear in the world. I can do most things in life, but I've got dentists, mate. I'm like, I just can't be doing with dentists. Right. And it's that I just don't see how people bite their nails. I can't be doing. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible. Big up DJB from Coal Prison in Sweden. Oh, bless up, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you have a nice winter holiday and a happy new year, bro. Happy new year to you. Stay safe. Keep well. Keep your chin up. Keep your head up. And big up to you, my friend. Big up to you and your family. Bless. Arteta makes his own fans, Stu, struggle till the end of the season. Shouldn't be this hard, should it? We shouldn't be scraping. We shouldn't be scraping. Let's get the hope glasses on. Right, I'm going to turn myself into Jurgen Klopp now, people. Right, here we go. Sunday sit back. We're chilling out now. Yeah. There we go. The hope glasses are going on. There we go. The Jurgen Klopp settings. There we go. There we go. Getting the hope glasses on for Tuesday. Come on, Gunners. Come on. That's what it's all about. Biting nails is disgusting, laugh out loud. I know, but they do, don't they? My son bites his nails all the time. I've no fears whatsoever, but come near me with a spider. You scared of spiders, Jam Boy? That's fair enough. The old arachnophobia settings. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of men that are scared of spiders. Yeah. David C. Thank you very much. I hope you're well. Are Arteta sexuals okay with the club offering Super Mick a lifetime contract like they're all rumoured to be doing with the coach at PSG? Oh, mate. Lifetime contract. It feels like a lifetime already, David C. He's already had a lifetime contract, hasn't he? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like he's been here for time. I can't do it anymore. I can't. You can refer to me as Zane. Do you have a streaming routine so I can join you more often? Yeah. Once Christmas is out the way, we do the Sunday sit back. We do the Wednesday mingle with me and Nomsky, right? And then we do a Thursday tea time chat, which is mainly me and Kenny. But we have different guests come on a Thursday. It's mainly me and Kenny, but sometimes I have Kenny, sometimes, Kenny and Jez, Kenny and Aaron. It just depends. BBK, Taran, whoever wants to come and join me on a Thursday. Sometimes I have guests on a Sunday sit back. Sometimes I'll go a couple of weeks where I'll have a few guests on a Sunday. Sometimes it's just like me and the chat doing it solo. So Sunday, Wednesdays and Thursdays at the moment, but I might be going 4 days a week. I might be getting another one in there. It's all crammed at the moment, people. But I might be trying to get another one in. But I am busy. Work-wise, I'm going to be busy. And not only that, it's suffocated with Arsenal channels at the moment. And what I don't want to do, I don't want to be going down the same route of trying to compete. I'm not here to compete. I'm just here to enjoy what I do and just bring new chat people in. I like feeling the chat, you know. I like bouncing off of you guys. As I said, when I started this channel, I wanted it to be like sitting in your living room. Sitting in your living room chatting about football, or sitting in the pub having a little chat about football. That's the vibe I like. So 82 Zane, you're more than welcome. Just put the notifications on and you're more than welcome, my friend. Welcome to the community. And as I talk, there he is now. Love Taran, BBK Sports. Make sure you're subbing to BBK as well. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. And yeah, talks it real. Says it as it is. You know. And yeah, another real one. Well done, BBK. Taran will be joining me on one of my Thursdays. One of my Thursdays. He don't know it yet. I'm just going to say to him, Taran, do us a favour, mate. Jump on with me and Kenny one Thursday, if you're free. That's the relationship we've all got, people. Me, BBK, Shane, Aaron, and I'm gonna hopefully, now Northside's getting a bit settled. Again, he don't know it, so Northside, if you're watching this back, now Northside's getting a little bit settled. I'm going to do some streams with Northside as well. I'm going to try and get Northside on my channel as well. So lots to look forward to in 2026. And we've got some good news. The retro show is still up and running, people. The retro show after Christmas will be back in January. I'm currently winning 6-5, I believe. I've not forgotten. Shane thinks I've forgotten. Shane, if you're still out there, brother, I've not forgotten. I'm 6-5 up. All right. So the retro show will be back. So that's brilliant. If you've not seen the retro show, if you tap in the retro show, Shane Gooner or DJB, it will come up. Have a little look at it. It's all on the playlist as well. Have a look at the retro show. Honestly, we don't talk Arteta or Arsenal or anything. We just go through all the old kits. It's absolutely brilliant. Love it. I like it when you go late on the show so I can watch them in the evenings. Yeah, big up, David C. Yeah, I mainly go late because I find it hard to get asleep, to be honest. I should be absolutely knackered, but I do find it hard to sleep. And I don't know. I try not to tread on people's toes. So I try not to go live when Shane's live. I try not to go live when Aaron's live. And obviously, Nortski, I don't go live when Nortski's live. And by the way, guys, make sure you sub into Nortski as well. If he ain't hit 1,000 likes by January, subs, then there's seriously something wrong. Nortski's a legend. So we try not to tread on one. Sometimes you can't help it. It's just the way it is. But I do try and not go live the same time as all my other Streamland friends. Arteta brings it on himself. Just listen to the press. Yeah, absolutely. Handpicked journos asking questions that don't question him in any way. I've never seen it. Terry. Tibbs, my friend. I've never seen it. See, when you're a manager, you should be able to handle any question that gets thrown at you. That press conference should be an open forum, in my book, right? What I mean by that, I don't mean getting personal and just, asking vulgar questions, keeping it football, but like one of the questions I would have to ask is what's Eze's role in the team now? Why ain't Ranieri getting any game time? He'd never be asked that. They go in the press conferences and they go, what are you going to ask? And they go, we're going to ask about We're going to ask about Odegaard's first goal. Oh, yeah, brilliant. That's a good one. In you go. And what question are you going to ask? I'm going to ask why Eze never got on the field of play. Oh, I don't know about that. Can you ask some different question? Man like Ten Hag was getting pulled through the roof. Any other manager gets absolute pelters. They have such a hard time in press conferences. Our manager, he's laughing, joking. He breezes out of there. Oh, Mikel. Mikel, you're such a funny man. Don't get it. Credit to the op managers. Yeah, opposition managers. Never admits he's wrong. Gives credit to the op. Yeah, exactly. Never admits he's wrong, my friend. I hate those cobwebs in the fog. That's Arsenal, mate. Driving in the fog. Bev the Ripper, good evening, my friend. 71 in the building, so we should have minimum 71 likes. Come on. Johnny D. See, we do have Johnny D in here. Now, Johnny D, people, if you're a Sunday sit-back regular, we do have a love-hate for Johnny D. That's the best way to put it. With respect, Johnny D. Yeah, with respect. Yeah. With respect. It's kind of like that kind of, Gay is shite, just like the Wharton guy. Both very good against us. Today against Spurs, both shite. Wharton like a small child who trips over himself. Gay alone in 6 years box, heads over like a sissy. Okay, that's a one-off game though, isn't it? Right? I'll ask you, who are you picking? Hincapié or Gay as a backup? Not on a one-off game. On form throughout the seasons, going forward, who would you rather have on the bench as a backup? Mosquera, Hincapié, or Gay at Crystal Palace? I know who I'm picking, Johnny. I know who I'm picking. Who would you rather have, Wharton or Norgard? And don't say Norgard or Hincapié just because Arteta is manager. Look at it from a football point of view and a common sense point of view. The way they've played over the course of this season. All right, they've had an off day today at the office. They've had a bad day at the office today. Right? But Arsenal players have a bad day at the office. Odegaard's been having a bad day at the office for the last 2 years. So, yeah. Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have? I'd rather have Gay and Wharton as a backup or a starting 11 than Hincapié, Mosquera or Norgard. Petit said the best Arteta wins without success. Petit's a legend, man. You don't get proper Arsenal players, legends, coming anywhere near the Emirates on a regular basis. They like the Martin Keowns, the yes men, the no men, free bag full men. They don't want people like Petit. I'm going shop for more beers. Keep things going, guys. Rob, I'll try and keep things going, my friend. Once my eyes start going, then that's when I'm starting like, oh. Petit said it best. I said, yeah, I think I see what I mean. Absolutely. Oh, here we go. We're in the big chat now. Here we go. My chat got jammed up then. I don't know why. I was scrolling down and nothing was happening. Gay all day long over in Hincapié. Facts. Mosquera and Wharton over Marino and Norgard. Yeah, facts, my friend. Absolute facts. Let's get it right. Bav Ripper. I'm enjoyed by myself for decades. No other people. It's that obvious. Norgard is bang average player. Mosquera is young and pretty good potential, but still very raw and rash. Terry Tibbs. Mosquera's got potential, but not under this manager. Not under this manager. Martinelli had potential. He should be levels. Martinelli, right, when you think about it, Martinelli should be bagging 12, 15 goals a season. 10 assists at least. Minimum. When you think how good that player was, that's what he should be doing. He should be undroppable. He should be one of the first names on the sheet. For how long this manager has had Martinelli, he should be one of the first names he puts on his team sheet. And he's not. He's not. He's probably just about one of the last to get on in this team. Martinelli should be levels now. If he'd have signed for Liverpool because Jurgen Klopp really wanted him and rated him, can you imagine how under Jurgen Klopp what a player he would be? He'd probably be at Bayern Munich now. I'm gonna call this, right. By the end of 2026 season, Bukayo Saka will be worth half what he's worth now. And there won't be a great big demand for him. By the end of 2026, you can clip it if you want. Bukayo Saka will be worth half than what he is now, and there won't be a huge demand for him. Because he's another one that should be levels. He should be 15, 16 goals plus every single season, 14 assists minimum. Minimum. For how good that player is, and for how good he was, that's the level he should be at. So why ain't the manager improving him? Why ain't the manager improving him? Big up the Suge. Odegaard stats, 164 games, 35 goals, 32 assists. According to Transmarket, says he's been sub 69 times. That's our captain, an attacking midfield player. There you go. We have another Suge moment, people, on the Sunday sit back. Take another drink, sit back and relax, close your eyes and join me as we have another fact by Suge. And it reads, Odegaard stats, 164 games, 35 goals, 32 assists. According to Transmarket, and he says he's been subbed 69 times. That's our captain, an attacking midfield player. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, Suge, for another flying fact on the Sunday sit-back session. Dreadful. Dreadful. Under Luis Enrique, I'm sure them goals would probably be doubled. At least the assists would be. When you look at the big name players at Arsenal, you can't sell them for big money because nobody wants them. That's why you don't see Arsenal selling players on mega money like Liverpool. Exactly. And they're injured. I'll give you another fact, though. If we don't win anything this season, lots and lots of heads will be turned. Saka will want to leave. No, he won't. He's star boy. He's Arsenal through and through. Spurs thought that about Harry Kane. The fact of the matter is, players want to win trophies. Saliba does. He's said it countless of times. I want to win trophies. If we don't win anything, Saliba's gone, Saka's gone, Declan Rice will be looking to move on, and it's another rebuild in the making. It will be another rebuild at Arsenal Football Club under this football manager. Frightening thought, isn't it? I don't care about those facts. I care now is better Eze and Oda. That's the one who I'll play. Oda was injured, so the contest starts now. There's no contest. Eze should be starting. We bought Eze to be that creativity. We bought Eze for one reason: unlock low blocks, to be creative. I'm all for play Odegaard and Eze in the same team. Fine, not a problem with that. The fact that he don't even get 5-10 minutes of game time is ridiculous. Palace fans must be laughing at him. What'd you go to Arsenal for? Should have stayed at Crystal Palace. He's not only going to ruin his Arsenal career, Arteta, with Eze. Under Crystal Palace, he'll go to the World Cup. Under Arsenal, he'll be struggling to go to the World Cup. If he doesn't go to the World Cup, Eze would probably be absolutely kicking himself because he ain't going to get another chance. He's 27 years of age. And that will be down to the football manager. That will be down to Arteta. If Eze don't go to the World Cup, that's down to Arteta. Not giving him enough game time, not trusting him, not putting him in the right position. Scores a hat-trick against Spurs, that's it, done, finished. Finished. Now you got people calling Odegaard after one performance against Brighton. He's a genius. Masterclass. This, that and the other. Odegaard is now been put on a pedestal. And I keep saying it. If you've got fans prepared to put Odegaard on a pedestal and you've got fans out there calling him masterclass and all of this, then be prepared to take the stick when he fouls. You can't keep putting players and managers on pedestals and saying they're the best this and the best that. And then when it doesn't work out or when they don't achieve what they're meant to achieve, expect them not to get ridiculed, because they will do. You put yourself out there, you're going to get criticised. You're going to get criticised. That's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. Johnny, stats are the facts, buddy. Real statistics are based on factual findings. Yeah. How is Odegaard a creative spark with those stats? A creative spark doesn't slow down, spin around and passes backwards and sideways. Facts. We'll see. If he puts another performance in against Villa, I'm thinking, okay, Odegaard might start buzzing. If the Spurs moved happen, he would get the England call up. Absolute facts. He'd be playing for Spurs every week. He'd be playing for Spurs every single week. Tuchel's a harsh choosing a manager as well. He's a proven winner though, Tuchel, isn't he? I haven't got a problem with choosing a proven winner. Yeah? I've always had a problem with Arsenal Football Club choosing a manager with no experience whatsoever. No experience in any managing in any way, shape or form. He's come literally off of a coaching ground, putting cones out, giving out bibs, taking managers' instructions of what to do, straight into managing the third biggest club in England. I just can't get my head around it. And this manager is manager of this football club with no managerial experience. I get Tuchel being manager of England to a degree. I don't agree with it. It wouldn't be my choice, but I understand it. He's a winner. He's a proven winner. He's been there and done it. Yeah. And I get that. But he picks players that are playing for their clubs. He won't pick players that have been benched and not playing. DJB, why do you think he can't get the best out of the attackers in your view? The main reason is the tempo is not quick enough. He likes to recycle the ball in certain areas where we can't get it forward quick enough. He likes to retain possession. Yeah. He doesn't get the fullbacks to overlap enough. And he doesn't get any midfield players pushing beyond the back line. So he's got no line breakers. What I mean by that, he hasn't got someone driving at the defence and committing anyone. All the football is in front of them. So the strikers have to keep making runs and going out wide and dropping off and going out and keep getting forced out wide, or keep getting forced out to positions where they're not meant to be. Your striker's meant to operate in the final third in the central position on the D round the penalty area, but they're not. They're having to drop out on the left-hand side. In Gyokeres' case, he's having to make runs down channels. If you have a look at some of the runs that Gyokeres made, he hasn't got a midfield player within 10 yards of him. He's isolated. And that's another thing. We don't get our midfield players close enough for them to feed off of, for them to take a knock, to bring the ball down, to do a 1-2 with. How many 1-2s do you ever see on the edge of our box, on the edge of the box in the attacking third with a striker? You don't see it. You don't see any link-up play at all. It's all possession base. It's all in front of the defence. And then when that fails, it's get the ball out wide to Saka, get crosses in, try and win a corner, try and win a free kick, try and win a set piece. That's what we end up reverting to. So we've got to be more creative. We've got to take more risks, and we've got to play with a higher tempo, and we've got to release the ball quicker. If you look at the young Emirates teams back in the Emirates, the Fabregases, the Klebs, and that team, the young guns of that era. If you take a look at the goals we score, none of them players take more than 3 touches of the ball. None of them. They control, run, pass, that's it. 3 touches, and we've either got a shot on goal or we've scored a goal. No more than 3 touches. We've got Saka getting the ball, tippy-tappy. He's like 15, 14 touches before he's even passed it. Odegaard, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 touches. It's broken down. It's too late, Martin. It's too late. It's got to be quick. 1 touch, bang, go. Hit the space. If it ain't on, put the ball into an area where players can run onto it. And we don't do it. We don't do it. I watch football. I watch players without the ball. I watch the runs they're making. I don't follow the ball. Yeah, I can see who's got the ball. I'm watching the players now off the ball. I'm watching the runs that Gyokeres is making. I'm watching the runs what Saka's making. I'm watching the runs what Trossard's making. Yeah. And then I'm like that when it ends up back at Saliba. And I'm thinking, why are we passing it backwards? Why are we passing it backwards? Do it early. David Raya will get the ball, and he does this horrible little thing where he rolls the ball underneath his foot. He rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls. And I'm going, what are you doing? Take 1 touch, get the ball to the fullback, pass the ball into midfield, get it going again. Come on, get it going again. Let's go. And it's not. So strikers can't score goals. You're not going to get strikers scoring 20 goals plus playing like that week in, week out. It's just not going to happen. Where do you think a lot of the Premier League teams get their players from? Portugal, France, Spain, Italy? Yeah, Jamboy. I mean, whoever's available. I mean, there's so many ballers in the Spanish league. I mean, listen, hats off to Lee. He knows his football in Spain, man. You can't knock that. Honestly. El Capitano knows his football in Spain. So does Matty. Some of the players that we could sign from them leagues are just incredible. Here's a question for you. Are players improving under Arteta or are they regressing? My opinion is I'm not seeing players improve under the manager. I'm seeing certain players regress, and I'm just seeing certain players staying dormant, just going through, just plateaued. Just plateaued. Saka's one of them. Saka, to me, has not gone up levels. He's plateaued. Martinelli is not where he should be. Lewis Skelly has regressed under this manager this season. Gone backwards. Gabriel Jesus hasn't improved under this manager. Declan Rice, any West Ham fan you speak to, he was doing exactly the same for West Ham. It's just that he didn't get the recognition he got because he played for West Ham. He hasn't really immensely improved. He just looks good at Arsenal because we've got quite a poor midfield. He's the best. He's the best we've got because Zubamendi is not better than Partey. Marino is not a midfield player. So Declan Rice stands out like a sore thumb. Two, the pressure of the big club. Any hope for Gyokeres at Arsenal? Also, we'll be getting attackers during January. I don't want any more players at this. I don't want the owners to spend any more money on this football club until the manager goes out the door. There you go. Work with the team you got. If you can't get this team to win major trophies, then there's a problem in my book. If you cannot get this team of players, this group of players to win major trophies, not Carabao Cups and all of that, even though Carabao Cup's a brilliant cup to win, I'm not disrespecting it. I'll be happy as Larry if we win it. I'll just put that out there, right? When I talk major trophies, I'm talking Premierships, Champions League. If this manager, after 6 years, can't get a Champions League or Premiership, then you've got to be looking elsewhere. No matter how much joy the manager's given you, if you're an Arsenal fan and you want the best for this football club, if he doesn't deliver the big ears and the big trophies, you have to be looking elsewhere. And keeping him at the football club will only inflict further damage. And the reason why it will inflict further damage is because you'll have players that won't be able to get sold because they'll have too many injuries. The wages will be too high and teams just won't want them. So you'll be giving them for free. Tomiyasu settings. There you go. Havertz will go out the door for free. Jesus will go for free. Saka will end up going for free. Saliba will end up going for free. The damage will be catastrophic if we don't win major trophies. People don't realise it. People think you've got an agenda against the football manager. It's what will happen. If he wins the Premiership and the Champions League, let's see what he can do next season and see if he can retain it. Not what I want, but I understand it and I get it. But if he doesn't win the Premiership or the Champions League this season, for the sake of the football club, we need to move on. Because he won't be able to get us over the line. And that is not an agenda. That is just facts. It's like being in school and no matter how hard you try, you just don't understand a maths question. You don't get it. And you try so many different ways. You've done your workings out. You put it on the paper. You've tried this. You've added. You subtract. You've times. You've done a percentage. You've done it. No matter how many times, you can't get to the right answer. Something's got to give. Either you answer a different question or you get a teacher to teach you how to do it a different way. That's it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. So basically, if Man City buy a player from Benfica, they're shit. As soon as they go to City, they're good. Johnny, there you go. Well done, Jam Boy. Big up, my friend. Johnny, you literally wrote Gyokeres will never not played when he was fit. He missed 5 games, then started as a sub for free. Stop capping 24/7. Honestly, man. It must be such a slap in the face to the owners having fired Unai Emery and he's out dunking it. I mean, I'll tell you what, if he turns us over on Tuesday, I don't want to hear any Arsenal fan saying that Unai Emery's a scrub. His record against Arsenal over this manager is exemplary anyway. How do you evaluate a player and improved under Arteta? Rice won a European trophy at West Ham and has levelled up personally. Exactly. 100%. People think players will play for this manager forever. No, they don't. They're there for the wages. They're going from 30 grand a week to 200 grand a week. Nothing to do with a manager. They've seen the sheets. See, no one's stupid enough, right? And people in my chat are not stupid. I know that. You're all the sensible, real ones, right? But you honestly think that Saliba has sat down and not asked the question of, hang on a minute, before I sign my 5-year deal, what happens if the manager doesn't win anything? Good question. There you go. There's my plan B. This is Berta. There's my plan B. These are the people that are in line to come to Arsenal Football Club to manage this football club if it fails. If this manager doesn't do A, B, and C, this is what's in the future. And he'd have seen the sheet. Right, okay, I'll sign the 5-year deal. But if this manager's at the football club in a year's time and I haven't won major trophies, I'll be putting a transfer request in. Why wouldn't you be doing that as a young footballer on the scale of Saliba? What do you think he's in there saying? I'm only going to sign for 5 years if Arteta is here for 5 years. Yeah, but he might not win anything, Saliba. I don't care. I'm only going to sign for 5 years if Mikel is here for 5 years. If Mikel's not here, I'm not signing. Do you honestly think that's what they do, Johnny? Whoever's in the chat. Of course it ain't. They want guarantees. They want a plan B. They want a plan C. If it goes wrong, there's a chance Luis Enrique could come to the club. Simeone. We might even approach Zidane, actually, Zinedine Zidane. It's all here. Oh, okay. I'll give it a go then. I'll sign another 5 years. And if it don't work out, I want a transfer request. That's facts. Young players these days want success. They don't play football and get out of bed and go on the training field, yeah, and have tendons and cartilages and Christ knows torn off of bones and not win anything. They don't play football for the fun of it. They play football because they earn good money and B, they want success. You honestly believe that they play football just because Arteta's at the football club? There's no loyalty in football. Arteta wouldn't even be loyal to Arsenal. The minute he walks away from Arsenal and gets another job, if we drew him in the Champions League or a cup competition, he'd want to wipe the floor with us. He'd want to beat us. He'd want to come back to the Emirates and get 3 points or knock us out of a competition. He ain't going to rock up at the Emirates and go, actually, they all love me at the Emirates. I think I'll wing this one. I think I'll throw this one in the bin and let them win. Crazy. Some fans will say, look at what Arteta's done for where we were 6 years ago. They say it all the time, Suge. I've got a real problem with it. They talk as if we're like Barnet or something, and he's taken us from like the out of Hebrides of Mongolia into some paradise. Do you know what I mean? But we're here now, so act like you've done this before. Exactly. I just can't get my head around it, man. It's got to stop. It has to stop one day. But Suge, it wasn't even that much. We were a foul away from top four. I mean, yes, it wasn't good enough, but Arteta place was worse than twice. I know you know this anyway, but it's just mad for me. Exactly, Rob. Exactly. What annoys me, right, is that this manager has failed to do what the previous manager done, and that's get us to a European Cup final, get us to a Euro Cup final. He got us there, and we died. Yeah, it was all wrong. Chelsea wiped the floor with us. I get that. But he got us to a final, and they weren't prepared to give him another chance. This guy doesn't get us anywhere near a European final. And when I mean by anywhere near it, the semi-final was a joke against PSG. We was nowhere near it. We were dead and buried after 8 minutes, right? And yet he gets another chance. Gets knocked out in the Carabao Cup, 2 legs in the semi-final, gets another chance. 10-man Man United on penalties, gets another chance. Unai Emery didn't get any chances at all. No money, no nothing. Get rid of him, get him gone. Finished. Done. It's very stale right now at Arsenal. A change of manager would be better for everyone. Jam boy, I'm with you. I'm with you. It doesn't make us bad fans just because of that. There's a shelf life in everything you do. Any job you get stale in any job. And it needs freshening up. Managers, CEOs, anything. He's here, the Lynch, super sticker. The Lynch, the Lynch, the Lynch, the Lynch, the Lynch. Big up, my friend. We was getting worried about you, my friend. Hope you're having a nice festive season. Hope you're well, the family and everything up, and a happy new year to you, Lynch. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your support over the year. Really much appreciated, my fella. Thank you very much. Lynch is in, people. Lynch is in. Roughly how much money has Arteta invested on signings this summer? He's supposed to be helping the attackers and strikers improve. Setting standards on our tactics can work better and to keep a striker. Not invested at all, really. We're still poor on the left-hand side, if you ask me. It's still a problem. Still a major problem on the left. The trouble is he can't even coach. I mean, it's not Eze's position, but he won't even put him out there. He'd rather bring Martinelli on. You know? Unai was set up to fail from day one. The fans didn't want him and he never got the players he wanted. I always rated him. Look at what... Yeah, exactly. I think me and Jez is about the only people that wanted him. Jez liked him. I was happy to give him another go. I could see what he was trying to do. He just needed to get rid of some dead wood. We weren't a million miles away. Things were good, bad. It was a little bit stale over at the Emirates. I'll give him that. But we weren't a million miles away. We just had to get rid of some dead wood. He just needed some good investment. And he just needed some time. We're prepared to give this guy time. And £1 billion. And let's face it, he's done some awful signings. And yet we're prepared to give him all the time in the world. I don't get it. And the next manager after Arteta will be exactly the same as Unai Emery. They won't give him any time at all. This manager's got such a hold on the football club. No manager from the majority of this fan base will give the manager time. That is why I want a top manager. If Cesc Fabregas rocks up at this football club, the only consolation I'll take from that is that he's managed elsewhere. So he'll have that advantage over Arteta. Other than that, I don't want another ex-player and all that. I want a big name. I want a proven manager. Jamboy 1894 facts. Jamboy Noma. Even Arsene Wenger could love our club more than the fans. We pay while we get paid. Exactly. See, Arsene Wenger with me, I didn't get on the hatred of Arsene Wenger. It turned nasty. It was toxic, and I couldn't, because that guy bought me some of the best football I've ever seen in my life, and I'm going back a few years. However, I just felt he outstayed his welcome. I think after the whole Wembley thing, he should have gone. He just didn't have it in him to walk away, and it was quite sad the way he had to leave, really. But he just outstayed his welcome. And I fear that's what's happening to Arteta. He's going to outstay his welcome. The only difference is, at the moment, he's got no credit in the bank. At least Wenger had credit in the bank. And I still say that if Wenger was in charge, if you brought Wenger back to this football club, with the team we had last season, he'd have won a trophy. He'd have won that Carabao Cup last season. We wouldn't have gone out against Newcastle, and we'd have got through that round in the FA Cup against Man United. They're facts. And I'll go to even say that he probably might have beaten that PSG team over 2 legs. I'll lay money on it that he would have beaten that PSG team over 2 legs. Or we'd have won the first leg and had a really good chance in the second leg if Wenger had been in charge. They keep saying, oh, Semenyo in the Arsenal. Then approach him, get him. He's like an overrated Prem players anyway. I don't want him at Arsenal. I don't want him at Arsenal. Not under this football manager. It breaks my heart to see brilliant players turn into absolute crap. I'm a football fan at the end of the day. I like football. I like watching great players. I like Semenyo. When Semenyo's on it at Bournemouth, I love watching it. Team like Bournemouth, come on. And you got a player like Semenyo balling out. And I've said this before, and I'll say this to Johnny D. Where do you think Arteta would take Bournemouth if he was manager of Bournemouth? Where would they finish? Could Arteta have done with the budget Aston Villa has had, not been able to sign any players, getting rid of 3 or 4 of their top players? Would Arteta have done what Unai Emery's done? 11 straight wins. Would he have taken them from the second from bottom, only scoring 4 goals at the start of the season, for being 3 points off the top? If we get Fabregas, I'm 100% moving to Spain. No disrespects to Fabregas. Great player. Absolute great player. Again, though, we've got someone in the chat that will say Odegaard's better than Fabregas. But what a player. There he is. Absolute legend. Level-headed Arsenal fan, Rashid. Show and chat legends. Big up, Rashid, my friend. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're having a good, whether you got time off, holidays, whatever. I hope everything's going well. And Happy New Year to you, my friend. And we will rock up in the new year, my friend. Don't worry. We will rock up. I'm gonna get more stream. I've got 3 regular streams at the moment. and you're going to start coming on my Thursday time chat. But I think you do something with Shane on a Thursday. I can't remember, my friend. I might be wrong, but yeah, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get something else going another night, and we'll get you on, and make sure you sub. Make sure you sub to Rashid. Absolute real one as well. Big up Rashid. Hope you're all good, bro. Of course he is. He's absolute legend. Rashid, real one. Says it as it is as well. Another one that don't flip flop around. If there was any ex-Arsenal player that deserved the role ahead of Arteta, it was Henry. He's been to a final and has developed Elise, Doku, Doué. All of them take advice. Yeah, I mean, with Thierry Henry, he's one of them absolute world-class legendary players that have won everything. But somehow he might be good on the coaching ground, on a coach, on the training ground, and giving players advice and tips and how to bring them on. But when it comes to managing, I think he's in that bracket of not quite there. No disrespect to Henry. I mean, his football knowledge is fantastic. But some absolute brilliant players don't make good managers. I think Brian Robson was one of them. Wayne Rooney. I mean, look at man like Rooney. Flopped as a manager. You know, Lampard's getting Coventry going, and if he carries on, you know, Steven Gerrard done it for Rangers, but no disrespect to Scottish football, I could probably go and do a job at Rangers, you know. But yeah, I think Henry's in that little bracket where he just doesn't quite cut it as a manager. He probably improved. He's probably ideal to have on the training ground to improve players and players to get knowledge from. But as an overall football manager, I just think he's kind of. I wouldn't like him at Arsenal as actual manager, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Yeah. I want someone with loads of experience. I want a proven winner. I keep saying it. I'd love Zidane at Arsenal. Just imagine Zidane leading that team out. Imagine it. Imagine them players. If Zidane talks, you listen, don't you? Zidane's it's like Pep, isn't it? Look what Pep's doing to Man City. Oh, he's washed. He's done. He's finished. Take Ireland out. He's done. He's there. He ain't going nowhere. Look at his reaction at the end of the game against Forest. Move the cameraman out of the way. Fuck off, cameraman. Goes and claps the fans. The fans know. The fans are starting to feel it now at Man City. The fans are starting. They've gone from nah, it's done. He's fucked. Done. Finished. They're starting to feel something happening at Man City again. You know? So there's only two ways we get there. Arteta wins, or we get at least as good without him as with him. Only these two ways. I'm looking for the first, because if that fails, I'm left with only one way. My Arteta says it all, really. I was there for Fabregas' debut in the Carling Cup with a weird mullet. Fabregas was a fantastic player. Yeah. Cess better than Odegaard. Yeah, fact. 100% fact. There's Rashid. Big up, Jam Boy. Rashid's channel is in the chat. Make sure you go and follow Rashid. Show him some love. It's more of a motivator than a tactician. Yeah, exactly. Assistant coach is a better fit. Yeah, it just happens, doesn't it? Some of these world-class players just don't quite cut it as managers. You know? It's really, really strange, the amount of absolute world-class players that have never... I think Zidane really is about the only one, isn't he? It's probably more... it's a bit harsh. Probably a few more than that. Ancelotti weren't... I'm talking a world-class top player. Also becoming a top manager and winning trophies. I'm not talking about average Joe players. Arteta is a politician. He spews utter nonsense with the PR and the world leaders. Can't even criticise him without mutants melting down. I've always said it, Saznomsky. He'd make a brilliant politician. I'll tell you what, if he gives up football, Arteta, he'd be brilliant in politics. Because he always answers the question without actually giving the answer, doesn't he? He's brilliant at that. Team mentality. How do you think the players are mentally then if man like Gyokeres is not being played to his strengths and Eze can't even get on the pitch and Madueke scores 2 screamers against Bruges and hasn't kicked a ball since? What do you think their mentality's like then? Players playing with injuries. Players blatantly saying to the manager at Everton, Timber, boss, my ankle, it doesn't feel right. And then being forced to play on and then being forced to play in the Crystal Palace game with an injury. How is that for mentality and morale for players then, Johnny? So when you talk about players' mentality, it's instilled by the football manager as well as winning trophies. You think Eze's got the right mentality at the moment? When Odegaard's rocked up and kicked him out the team and he can't even get in the team. When Madueke scores 2 screamers against Bruges and then gets dropped to the following game. And Saka puts in a stinker. Players being forced to play when they're not fully fit. And factually, the medical staff makes the diagnosis. The medical staff brings it to the manager's attention and what they feel is the right plan of action. But ultimately, it's the manager's final decision whether that player plays or not. The buck stops at the manager. The medical staff has no overall saying on whether that player should play. So if I'm the medical staff and I say, look, Jurriën Timber, in my opinion, should be rested for at least 2 weeks. He's got something wrong in the ankle area. He's got swelling and he's got discomfort. Now, any other manager would turn around and go, right, okay, I'll take your advice, 2 weeks. This guy goes and plays him. So how can you build player mentality when you've got a man like that at the helm? Yeah, we won the FA Cup and got rid of the players that won him the FA Cup. Kieran Tierney was the only survivor of the FA Cup. Saka was on the bench. Alonso went invincible. Yeah, I think Alonso would do all right in the Premier League, to be honest. I'd take a punt. I'd go for Alonso. Luis Enrique, I would have a drop of a hat. Company. Possibly. Company. Possibly. I mean, he's doing well at Bayern Munich. I don't know with Company. I think he's one of them. I think he's very similar to Arteta. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be over convinced with Company. He doesn't excite me. He's only 17. He's better than Roy Keane, Fabregas. What a player, man. What a player. As I said, that team now, what Fabregas played in, 2 free touches, bang, it's in the back of the net. This team, go and watch it. Go and watch it. Go and watch the Lebs and the Fabregases. Go and watch that team, Van Persie and all of that. And count how many touches they actually take when they receive the ball compared to this team. DJB, they were so good against Bruges because there was no pressure. Next game, Eze started, was shit. Madueke also played like half, and he was not good enough either under pressure. So who's that down to then? How can Eze go from Crystal? He wasn't shit for Spurs. He wasn't shit against Spurs, was he? What an Odegaard's the answer, is he? Long term. Odegaard is levels above Eze, is he? You didn't want Eze then. Eze weren't doing all sorts of madness at Crystal Palace, no? Pressure there. Keeping a team in the Premiership and not getting them relegated, that's pressure. He's done all that. Playing Man City in the FA Cup and one of the best players on the pitch. Madueke, yeah, okay. I didn't particularly, no one wanted him at the start of the season. However, when Saka's dropping stinker and he can't get on, you have to ask the question, why not? Why not? So you're happy for Madueke and Eze not to play because they were shit, but you're happy to keep Saka on the pitch when he's playing shit, and Odegaard on the pitch when he's playing shit, and Martinelli on the pitch when he's playing shit. That's fine, is it? Why is that? Is it because it's Arteta's go-to? Don't understand it. I'll tell you what his mentality as well. Not getting over the line every season. It's damaging. When you're the bridesmaid, year in, year out, long term, it's damaging. That crushes your mentality as well. Not winning trophies, year in, year out. I'd be off now. If I was a top player at Arsenal and I hadn't won anything in 3 years, I'd be looking to go elsewhere. I'd be looking to go elsewhere. I'd get out before the ship sunk. Mikel has destroyed Eze with his mind games. Totally. Well, that is the ultimate decision. It's the manager's ultimate decision. It's down to the manager. He takes the advice. And I'm not talking about a pulled hamstring off the bone, because that's easy. You know, if it's a ripped hamstring that needs surgery, I'm talking about niggles and knocks. And they say, look, he shouldn't really be playing. It could do further damage, and then he plays them. They're the things I'm saying. A positive with Odegaard playing well is that Eze will have to up his level. Yeah, Lynch, that's a good point, my friend. And you do make some good points. Absolutely. You always have done. And I'll give you that 100%. 100%. If Odegaard can keep the level that he showed against Brighton, if he can keep that up, game in, game out, then Eze needs to up his game. And I did say on streams gone back that I don't think Eze's done enough to keep Odegaard out of the team. But what I'm not understanding is when players are coming off the bench in front of Eze, like Martinelli, people like that. I'm not getting that at all. Hey, DJB, how you doing, my friend? Would you play a 4-1-4-1? In certain games, yeah. Definitely. Definitely, Pro. I'd mix it right up a little bit. Definitely. 100%. Again, this manager sticks to the same formation week in, week out. He doesn't really change it. It's getting predictable. It's too predictable, way too predictable. DJB told Lee in the summer when he got excited about signings, it's all well and good, but look who's in charge. Exactly. I was saying it all the time. No matter who we sign, it doesn't matter. Unless this manager changes his ways, unless he changes his tactics, it's going to be the same outcome. Said it all the time. And he's going back. Go to a back 3-3-4-3. Yeah, we played some of our best football, Darren, when it was like that. This Johnny guy is just like Arteta, completely blind to his favourites when they stink it out. Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's got the Arteta bug. Unfortunately, it's a virus, mate. It's a virus. You can't get rid of it. Once you got it, you got it. Nothing in the world what you say will ever change their minds. Ever. The players' selection, they'd rather say that Eze and Madueke is shit than go against the manager's decision. But they're happy to watch Saka play crap. They're happy to watch Odegaard pull a stinker. As long as the manager's picking them, that's fine. They know Odegaard shouldn't be captain of the football team. They know that. They know Rice should be captain of this football team, or Gabriel. But because the manager has said Odegaard is captain and comes out with a bullshit that the players picked him, they'll go with it. They won't say anything different. No. Why would they criticise Odegaard or Saka? You're having a dig at the manager then. You can't have a dig at the manager. You've got to praise the manager every single time. Every time. Arteta out here fighting with Newcastle and Crystal Palace on the trophies won. Yeah. He's won the same amount of trophies as Crystal Palace. That's a fact. In all these years at Arsenal Football Club, he's won the same amount of trophies as Glasner. FA Cup and a Charity Shield. Coming second, don't win your trophies. Because they're frightened of something different, Pernit. They're frightened of change. I've said, well, Kenny has said, play Saka in a different position. Try something. Try him as a number 9. For me, he's just levelled out. He's levelled out. He's not getting his head up now. He's not even picking a pass. He picked it out. He picked out Odegaard on the edge of the box when he scored his goal. That was about it. The Real Madrid Cup final. Lux Videos. Imagine Glasner Ten Hag having more successful trophy cabinet than Arteta, and our fan base still tries to speak about him. He's embarrassing. Absolutely. AFTV, there it is. Yeah. Too many people in that industry lining their own pockets, I'm afraid. They're not going to say too much about the football team. Sold their soul, unfortunately. Not all of them. Man like Curtis. Yeah. Curtis, real one. Not all of them. Dan Potts that goes on there occasionally now. He might do the odd watch along. Dan Potts, real one. He knows the coup. he ain't stupid. He knows. Yeah. Other than that, I'm struggling. I just want to see, right, all these people that has been protecting everything about this football manager over the years. If we don't win the Premiership or the Champions League, or we don't win a trophy, I just want to see what they're saying at the end of the season. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Yeah, Curtis is a legend, man. Yeah, Curtis, Lee, and all of that. It's yeah, one of in my absolutely. DG as well. I like the Deluded as well. Well, I'll go on. Me and Kenny do the channel with Deluded. No problem. We do. I think we do every Wednesday about 4:00. Me and Kenny on with the Deluded. You know. He's balanced. He's Deluded. You know. He'll call it for what it is. He's pretty well balanced. He's not exactly Arteta out, but he's not exactly Arteta in. If he's kind of balanced, he's not. He understands both sides. He just wants what we all want at the end of the day, and that's huge success. But again, he's also in agreement that if he doesn't win or get over the line, then it's time for a change. He's just, I'm the same. You can't keep it. You can't. You can't protect it any longer. You can't. You can't keep rubbing in it and hope the genie comes out. It ain't going to happen. You know, it ain't going to happen. Yeah, the Potsy, man. Nice guy as well, the Potts, man. Really good guy and his family. Meet his mum, dad. Love. Big up the Potsy channel. Big up the Potsy. Make sure you go follow the 12th man and make sure you go. I'm sure you follow the Curtis and everyone. But no, big up to you, people. Big up to you. Absolute crazy work tonight. Look at this, 2 hours and 48. I came on the Sunday sit back, and I'm giving it. I'm only going to do like an hour and 15 minutes with the chat. My lovely people, hour and 15 minutes. Let's go. And here we are, 2 hours, 48 minutes in, and we're still going. Yeah. Manager is stale, completely stale. Been stale for ages. Martin Tapp, I'm heading off. Take care, DJB. Martin, sleep well. Stay safe. Love to the family. If I don't see you or I don't hear from you, Happy New Year to you. Good health. Hope everything you wish for comes true, my friend. And love, bless. Look after yourself, my friend. Big up to you, Martin. And thank you very much for all your support. Appreciate it. 100%. Luck's not lying either. It's been written out medically, laugh out loud. Yeah. Julian has the most oh, mate, don't. Do you know what? Right. I can't talk about certain people and I don't really want it. It's not me. Yeah. I just don't. I can't entertain them, to be honest. I've got the people that I like and follow. I've got the people that I respect, and I've got the people that I don't respect. And if I don't respect you, that's it. I don't have anything to do with you. I don't lie. I don't put on any false image. You know, I don't make out. You know, it's like when you're in the restaurant. You know, when you're in the restaurant and the waiters or the waitress comes up and they say, "Is everything all right? Is your food okay?" Most people go, "Yeah, it's fine," and then they eat it and then they get home and moan about it for about an hour. If it's crap, it's crap. Is everything all right? No, not really. Not really. It's cold, or I'm paying like 25 quid, 35, 40 quid for a bit of steak, and I've ended up with like a sausage. What's going on? Is that what you call like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, madam, and you do a wonderful job and I respect you 100%. But you've asked the question, is it all right? And I'm actually not happy with the food. I don't go home and moan about it. I tell them there and then, get it gone. I'm not happy. That's just me. I don't suffer fools gladly. I can't listen to certain people on streams, and I respect their decision if they can't listen to me. You know, I respect that 100%, because it's chill, man, isn't it? Oh dear. You know, there's not many people. There's not many people I dislike in stream world. I've got to be honest. There's not many people. And it's not I don't dislike them. I don't know them. I've never met them. So I don't really know them. I'm sure they're very, very nice people. Just because I don't agree with them Arsenal-wise. It's like I've met Christian. Christian's a great, great, great young guy. I've met him. Polite, nice, down to earth, not a problem. Don't agree with half of what he says. But he's starting to get a bit frustrated now. I've noticed him. I've noticed him not solely turning the call. He won't admit it. He won't admit it. He won't admit it. Right? But he's starting to get a little bit anxious, his old Christian. He's starting to get a little bit anxious. Facts, DJB. He blamed the Queen's passing. How's that got to link us bottling it? Exactly. Exactly. Unbelievable. However, right, I do think the sad, tragic loss of Diogo Jota at the start of the season had a little effect on that football club. I think it did. I honestly believe that it had a slight effect on Liverpool Football Club. And now it's kind of, things are getting sorted, and there seems to be a bit of a morale around the club, you know, at the moment. And then, you know, I know they scraped against Wolves, but then we scraped it against Wolves. Let's be honest, like massively scraped it against Wolves. So, you know, but they're starting to put some results together now as well, aren't they? It's not hate, it's criticism. Exactly. There's no hate here. There's no hate here. DJB, well, I did a bit of hate therapy. I've been listening to a lot of haters trying to get my tolerance levels up. A year ago, I was screaming at the screen stuff. I would get me banned in Frizz. There's no point hating. You can have a debate. You can have an opinion. There's no hate. I don't hate anyone in stream world. I don't hate anyone that I share a screen with. When I go on the roundabout, I don't hate anyone. They're all Arsenal fans at the end of the day. It's against my religion to hate any Arsenal fan. I just can't do it. It's just not in me. We're all a family. You don't have to agree with everyone, but an Arsenal fan to me is family. An Arsenal fan is an Arsenal fan. Shake your hand, buy you a drink. Well done, mate. Have a chat about the football. Not a problem. I haven't got a problem with it. Yeah, I'll speak to any football fan. West Ham fans, Newcastle. I've done it. I've been away and spoke to football fans and everything else. I've done it all. Done it. Big up, Suge. Spurs 3 Europa titles. Arteta managed in one final. There it is right there. And before we leave, we will have another moment with Suge Facts. Sit back, have a drink, and it's another Suge Fact. Spurs 3 Europa titles. Arteta managed in one final. Thank you, Suge. 100%. 100%, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Lynch, thanks for all your super stickers. Thanks for all your super chats, people. Much appreciated. There's always hate for Thomas Partey. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't think I'm beginning to turn really nasty towards Arteta now, though. Honestly, if he doesn't win anything, it could turn nasty for me. You know, I am getting on that. Yeah, he's starting to really roll me now. You're not leaving DJB. You have another 3 hours to do, Rob. I wish I could, man. Honestly, I really wish I could. I'm just not built like Lee, unfortunately. I just can't do it. I have done it. I have done a 3 and a bit. Or I've been coming up to 3 hours. Come on, man. That's still more than what most people do. Obviously not Lee. Lee can go on to like 4, 5, 6 hours and that, but he can do an all-nighter. But you know, I'm still on 3 hours, people. Give me credit. I think we do need to question whether they are actually Arsenal fans because they're making the manager larger than the club for no reason. I've always said it, Doc. Arteta is bigger than Arsenal Football Club. But we'll see. I'll tell you how we will really know, Doc. If he wins nothing at the end of the season, or if he only wins a domestic and he's still here, or he gets another 2-3 years, then you know he's bigger than the football club. I've laid off the owners at the moment. The only thing I don't like about the owners is that they gave him another year because I feel that he should have won something last year. The fact that he's still here this year, I'll blame the owners, right? I'd have kicked him out the door last year. If he doesn't win anything major and he's still here with a 2 or 3 year contract, I'm then getting on to the owners. I'm leaning towards the Cronkies more than the manager. Because now I'm thinking you can't really blame the manager, can you? If you've had £20 million offer you to do another 3 years, you ain't going to blame any human being for not turning that down. So my angle next season, if the manager's still here, will be the owners. Not because the money they've spent, because they've still got this football manager at the football club. That is down to the owners. Lee would do an all-nighter, 100%. 100%. If we don't win anything at the end of the season and the manager's still here, there'll be all-nighters going on. I'll be popping all sorts to keep awake. I'm telling you, I'll be drinking coffee like no tomorrow. 100%. 100%. We have light, people. Alexa turns me lights off. Big up DJB. It's a matter of time before we get found out. These next 3 games against Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, there's no hiding place. Chris Tomlinson, my friend, you are 100% right there. I think there's some big fixtures coming up, and it starts with Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa is massive on Tuesday. If we drop points against Villa, Bournemouth's going to be a tricky place to go. Always is. They're always up for it. Nasty little ground, Bournemouth. Nasty little ground. We drop points there, and then we've got a resurgent Liverpool coming to the Emirates, where they're going to want to put on a performance. Let's be honest. Yeah. If you're going to win the title, you've got to take 9 points in your next 3 games. Anything less, if we come out of there with a point, or if we come out with 3 points out of 9 in the next 3 games, it ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. 92 likes. Come on, people. 92. We've got to get to 100 likes. If you, mate, go smash a like. Go smash a like. Otherwise, it's going to be like, yeah. I didn't watch the Arsenal game. Own goal again. Own goal again. Ole, ole, my friend. Big up to you. Welcome to the community. Guys, make sure you're putting a sub on the channel. Smashing the likes. Come on. Do you think he'd get chased out of the club ever? I think he will. I think he will. I think the owners at the start, when they took him on, they wanted stability. They wanted us competing. They wanted us in the Champions League on a regular basis. And he's done that. Okay? He's done that. Let's give him, let's not beat around the bush. He's done that. Yeah? However, the next level is now winning major trophies. They've given him all the tools. He's got all the weapons. Go and win a major trophy. That's the next expectations. In my eyes, that's what I'm expecting. I'm hoping that's what the owners are expecting. If he falls short of that, I reckon he'll get chased out. And that's why Berta was brought in. I'm not confident about the Villa game. I'm not confident about any game. Jimbo from Mexico, 6211. I'm not confident about any football match Arsenal play right now. We're playing bad football at the moment. The football's not good. I know it's an old cliche from a couple of days on streams. We are winging it. We are winging it. Let's be brutally honest. We are winging it. It's not good. It's not attractive to watch. We're not blowing teams away. So every single game we go in, I'm not confident. I'm not confident. I'm not confident against Aston Villa. I'm nervous against Bournemouth away. And Liverpool at home. I don't think we're playing good enough to give us any confidence. Whenever one player is playing well, 3 or 4 are not performing. Trossard was performing. Trossard had a nightmare the other day. Odegaard performed. Gyokeres ain't doing what Gyokeres is meant to be doing. And we've got players playing with injuries. And playing with discomfort. So it don't fill me with confidence. Doesn't fill me with confidence. Jamboy, has he gone? If we don't beat Villa, sack him. I'll tell you what, right? If we lose our next 3 games, I can see where you're coming from, Jamboy. If Man City end up sort of 6 points clear of us going into January, middle of January, and Villa are above us going to the middle of January towards February, and we don't beat Chelsea over 2 legs in the Carabao Cup, it could be looking quite dodgy for the manager, couldn't it? It could be looking really dodgy. Eze getting 0 minutes again. I'm here waiting for injuries to be an excuse yet again. Yep, facts. Jamboy, 100. I agree we have to beat them or sack him. Cash and the Kamara out. No excuses. No excuses. 6 more likes, guys. Come on. Jamboy, I'm going to get you on one of my Thursday chat shows, my friend. Yeah. Can't have Shane all the glory, you know. I know he cooks up good breakfasts, but, you know, come on. Credit where credit's due. Your reaction against PSG in the US last season when you got knocked out was funny. I'm sorry. Mate, I was devastated. Devastated. Anyone that knows me knows how passionate I am about winning that Champions League. I want the Champions League more than anything. Give me finishing 10th and winning the Champions League, I'll take it. I'll finish 14th, win the Champions League, I'll take it. I want to win the Premiership, 100%. But I want the Champions League more than anything. I really do. I really, really want that Champions League. If we win that Champions League, I'm telling you now, I'm fulfilled as an Arsenal fan. I've seen everything then. I've seen us win League Cups, FA Cups, Championships, Premierships, everything. Done. Champions League, I've seen us win the Cup Winners' Cup, everything. The only one that's missing is the Champions League, and that's the one that I want. That's the one for me. That is the holy grail for me. That is the holy grail. That and England winning the World Cup. That's it. And I know what question you're going to ask me. Arsenal winning the Champions League or England winning the World Cup? Don't go there. Don't put me under that pressure at midnight. I can't get me in. That is something that I need to just lay down and think about. We won't fire anybody until the summer. No reason to consume yourself over these things. I'll give you that, Johnny. I don't think realistically it's going to benefit anyone sacking a manager halfway through the season. I would have sacked him if we'd have been 12 points off top at Christmas. If we'd have been knocked out the Carabao Cup and languishing in the Champions League, I'd have sacked him. I'd have wanted him gone Christmas. I'd want him out of here. But where we are in the league right now, where we are in the Champions League, sacking him right now, although I would lose sleep over it, to be honest with you, I don't think it's the football-wise, I don't think it would be the right thing to do. I'd go with Arsenal. What, Champions League over England winning the World Cup? They can win the Nations League or a Euros. See, right. Let's get on. I'm gonna give you my view, like I always do on my channel, because what I like about the chat is that you give me something to tell you, and although you might be adamant thinking, I hope that I say something where you go away and go, do you know what? He's got a point there. I didn't think of that. That's how I like to set up my channel. I like to put people in that like, he's got a good point now. I didn't think of that one, right? Like you do to me. I think, oh, hang on a minute. He said something there in the chat. I didn't think of that. Good point, right? So, the reason why I'd like England to win the World Cup is because I've been watching football for 50 years. 50 years. I've seen Arsenal win trophies, many trophies, right? I have never seen in my 50 years, and there are people older than me that have never seen England win the World Cup. Ever. Right? Now, let's say I've got another 30 years to go, hopefully, on this planet. I might not ever see England win a World Cup in my lifetime because it comes round every 4 years. In my whole lifetime, not see England win the World Cup. But in the next 30 years, Arsenal could win 5, 6, 7 FA Cups, 4 championships, 2 championships, a League Cup, a Euro, a UEFA Cup. They could even go and win a champion. You don't know. But never to see your country win a World Cup when you think of all the talented players that we've had in this country over the years. Your Paul Gascoignes, Alan Shearers, Teddy Sheringham's, Paul Scholes's, Tony Adams, all of these players, Ashley Cole's, all of these players over the years and never seen England win the World Cup. Can you imagine, right? You imagine the parade Arsenal would put on if we win the Premier League, right? It'd be red and white. I've been there. I've been there many a times. It'd be amazing. And it's an amazing thing. Just your own team winning a trophy, that parade is an amazing experience, right? I'm sure some of you have all been on it. Can you imagine England winning the World Cup? Fans from all over the country would be united. You'd be rubbing shoulders with Sheffield United fans, Tottenham fans. You wouldn't care. There'd be no rivalry. It would just be sheer one big party, one big joyous occasion of England winning the World Cup, like it was back in when we won it, 66. So for that reason, being a football fan and loving the game of football, for that reason alone is the reason why I want England to win the World Cup. And we might not ever experience that. In all the years we've followed football, we might not ever experience England winning the World Cup. And I don't want to leave this planet as a football fan, not ever witnessing England winning the World Cup. You know? Yeah, I'll give you that, Jam Boy. But I'm talking from a football point of view. Because one thing football is united. All fans are united when it comes to football. They don't really care what's going on in the world or in the country and all of that. But when it comes to football, your real fans are all united, aren't they? You know, I don't give a shit about politics when I'm watching football. I don't give a shit about what Starmer's doing and all that when I'm watching football. You know, but that's my take on it anyway, people. That's my take on why I want England to win the World Cup. And I think most countries are like that, aren't they? You know? I think most countries are like that. It's just for me personally, from my personal opinion, before I leave this world, for the amount of football I've watched over the years, I'd like to think that I can say to my grandkids, I've seen England win the World Cup. England's won the World Cup in my lifetime. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. No one's ever seen it turn. I'm well into my 50s and never seen it. There's people older than me that's never seen it. So, I mean, there's people probably in their 70s that don't even remember it. That's never really witnessed it. But Rob Future, I'd still take the Champions League. But on the other side of the coin, what you meant to say, DJB, I respect everything you say, brother, but I still want to win the Champions. So do I, mate. I'll tell you what. Here we go, right? Let's hope for a Champions League and World Cup double. Can you imagine that? Not obviously Shane can't imagine it, poor Shane, like, you know, but be his worst nightmare, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? Can you imagine England winning the World Cup? Shane will have a breakdown, and Arteta gets a 3-year contract on England winning the World Cup. Shane's breakfast to go, way. Oh dear, man. Big up. Imagine that. Just imagine that. Arsenal win the Champions League and England will go and win the World Cup in the summer. That would be just like any England or Arsenal fan would be like made for life, wouldn't you? You'd never watch football again, just in case it's like, because you know it ain't going to ever happen. Can you imagine it? Arsenal rock up and somehow scam a Champions League and we win it. And then England go and win the World Cup. That'd be me done. I'll go and watch ice hockey for the rest of my life. I'll be fulfilled. That'd be it. I'd go along and watch football and don't give a monkey's who wins. I'd go support bloody Greenwich FC or something. I'll be done. My life will be complete. That's it. That'd be it. Straight up, seriously. Jam boy, just imagine it. Just imagine it. Just imagine his little face, right? Arteta gets 3-year deal for winning the Carabao Cup. He gets another 5 years. And then England rock up and win the World Cup. Oh, imagine. He loses sleep when I beat him on the retro show. What's that brother going to be like if England win the World Cup? And Arteta's here for another 3 years. He'll shut down. He'll lock up, mate. COVID settings. He'll go into lockdown. He's done. You'll come back for the Rivals humiliation. You're right on schedule. You won't be able to stop none of it. Oh, dear. Oh, I'll tell you, Suge, man, you're all cricket. It's Suge. I'm telling you now, Suge, listen to this, right? I'll give you something right now. England win the Ashes in Australia, 5-0. England win the World Cup in football, and Arsenal win the Champions League. Yeah, that'd be it. That would be done forever. That'd be it. I'll go. I'll take up bowling. Honestly, I'll go down the local lawn bowling, old man marbles, and start playing that. Do you know what I mean? I'd be there in all my white suit, on the lawn, throwing the jack down the grass, getting me marbles, seeing how close I could get to the jack. Old man marbles, mate. That's what it's called. That's what we call it in Cockney land. I'll be made up. So do you imagine it? God. Carabao Cup raising an extension. You can't. Honestly, I've just got. I've just got this vision, right? I've just got this vision of Shane watching England will lift the World Cup, and then he's watching the headlines. Arteta gets 3 years another 3 years extension at Arsenal, just as England win the World Cup. So you got Harry Kane lifting the World Cup, and all the England fans going absolutely mental. And then he switches the news on He switches the news on the same day, and he puts on Sky Sports, and he sees Arteta's got a 3-year deal at Arsenal. Honestly, big up Shane, man, absolute legend. It was a pleasure to meet him actually when I was at the football the other day. When he came to the Brentford game. Absolute, yeah. Yeah. You're right, DJ. Shane would melt. He would. He's passionate about Ireland, and rightly so. And listen, I've got no problems at all. People being passionate about their Gianni with his nation, Italy, Shane with Ireland, Welsh fans, Scottish fans, no problems. When it comes to football, I've got no problems at all with it. No problems at all. That's what makes football so good, isn't it? That's what brings us all together, really, isn't it? And I've said that on my channel before. At the end of the day, we're all football fans. Don't matter who we support, don't matter who we follow, what country we follow. at the end of the day, we've all got one passion, and that's football. It can cost you relationships. It can cost you marriages. It can cost you financially. It's cost me financially and all sorts over the years, football. I'm telling you. Honestly. It don't matter, does it, at the end of the day? We're all football fans. But if Arteta don't get over the line, you got to sack him. Pure and simple. He's got to go. That's not being a football fan. That's just being factual. I'll tell you one thing, though. If England do win the World Cup, Millwall and West Ham fans won't be standing together. All right? That I can guarantee you. You might get Spurs and Arsenal rub shoulders. You'll probably get Liverpool and Man United fans rub shoulders. But I'm telling you now, you won't get Millwall and West Ham fans rub shoulders. You imagine it in London. Along the embankment there, everyone's celebrating and fireworks going off, and they go, "What team do you support?" "I'm West Ham." "Well, I'm Millwall," and it'll all kick off, and it'll all be havoc. So you ain't got to worry, bruv. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. You've got Arteta winning the Champions League 4 years on the trot and winning the Premiership back to back, than England winning the World Cup. That ain't happening. Our players are not built for the World Cup. Our players are not built to win the World Cup. They're not technically gifted enough. They play in a league that's not technically cut out for us to win the World Cup. That's why we've never won it. That's why we've never won it. Our football and the way the kids are taught, the way they're coached, is not geared up to win the World Cup. And it don't mean enough to them. It don't mean anything to them, really. They're gutted, but it only lasts for about 48 hours. Doesn't hurt them. Going out of a World Cup don't really hurt them. Missing out on a Champions League or the Premiership hurts them. But the difference is, and I've always said this, again, you don't have to agree with me, but when continental teams play for their country, it means everything. Argentinian, Spanish players, Italians, it means everything to them. Yeah, they play for their club, but they would sacrifice everything to win a World Cup and a Euro and a major trophy for their country. Whereas I've always felt that too many English players playing for their country is not more important than playing for their club domestically. And I could be wrong. You know, I could be wrong. But the biggest thing I would say is when the Rio Ferdinand era and all of that, there was such a divide in the England camp where the Man United players would sit on one table, the Liverpool players would sit on another table, the Arsenal players, a few that got selected, would sit on another table, and they couldn't put their club differences apart. And one thing Gareth Southgate did was stop all that nonsense, right? But that doesn't happen when you're playing for Italy. That doesn't happen when you're playing for Spain. That don't happen when you're playing for Argentina. That doesn't happen when you're playing for Brazil. All of that gets put to bed. They're 100% focused on their country. And that is the difference. In my opinion, that's one of the reasons why England's never won the World Cup, because they've not been united enough. My India in cricket, Netherlands in football. India in cricket, sleeping giant. They've said that publicly too. Yeah, that's why they weren't as good as they should have been. Exactly. That's their biggest regrets, Rio Ferdinand and all of that. They said they weren't united enough. That team should have gone on to win a trophy. That England team. They should have won a trophy, but they were too divided. Selfish, really selfish. They let the country down big time. That's why I've not got a lot of respect for them. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It does help me out, my friend. Big up the mod 410. Big up, my friend. Big up. 3 hours 25 minutes. I am going to call it a night, people. Bristol Derby. Yeah, that's big. Good shout. Great shout. Bristol Rovers and Bristol City. That is massive. Yeah, that's a lot of, yeah. Norwich and Ipswich. There's another one, the old Suffolk Derby. That's another one. That's feisty. That is feisty. Yeah. That is another one. Guys, big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to everyone that's joined me. All your super chat, super stickers, Jam Boy, everyone. Absolute legends. Johnny D as well. Johnny D's like the man in our... He's the brother in our chat that knocks over your coffee, isn't he? Or knocks over your tea. You're just about to sit down and have a cup of tea and he knocks it over and you've got to go and make another one. Do you know what I mean? That's Johnny D, isn't it? He comes in the chat and sort of like, mixes it up a little bit. Respect to him, though. We all respect you, Johnny D. Don't worry about that. All right? Yeah? Big up the Lynch. Are you going on any shows tomorrow? I think I might be going on Lee's show, the Rat Army. And if the OGs, if Aaron's doing his one tomorrow, I'm not sure what Aaron's doing because it's the Christmas period. I don't know if he's doing his OGs or not. If he's doing his OG show, I'll be on that as well. So yeah, I won't be doing any of my own stream. I've done a stream last night. I've done a massive stream tonight. I don't want to bore you too much, people, do I? I don't want to bore you too much. But no, I probably will be, and then that'll be me till after New Year then, because Tuesday, obviously Aston Villa, Arsenal won't be around then. Wednesday, New Year's Eve, although I'm not doing anything, I probably won't be around then. I might do a stream Wednesday, New Year's Eve, but I don't know, because there'd be a lot of people out, wouldn't there? There'd be a lot of people doing stuff with families, so I don't really want to inflict that on people. Thursday is New Year's Day. I probably won't be around then. So, yeah, I think the next stream that I will be doing, possibly, I'll be doing shorts. Look out for my shorts, though. I'll be doing the shorts and all that. Getting some shorts in. I may do a stream New Year's Eve on Wednesday. We'll see. If not, it will definitely be next weekend, Sunday sit back, and then it'll all be back to normal. The midweek mingle with Normski, the Thursday tea time show, and Sunday sit back, and then I'm going to get one more as well. But big up everyone. Thank you for all your comments. Holland, Italy, Brazil, past giants in football. 100%. You go. What Shane's off topic is brilliant as well. I've been on that a few times when I can. Brilliant. Liverpool fan. Big up, my friend. Liverpool, great people, great city. Been there loads of times. Been to Anfield loads of times. Wonderful place. Wonderful people. Great football team. Great football club. And big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. Love to the family. Happy New Year to every single one of you. Stay healthy. Look after your loved ones and stay safe. It's a jungle out there these days, people. All sorts of mad people going around. What is happening with everyone? Keep it safe. Do we do Villa? We did. Yeah, okay, we do Villa predictions. Get your predictions in quickly. Yeah, 3-1 Arsenal. Okay, Johnny. Respect for that. Big up DJB, happy new year. If we don't link, see you Wednesday. Yeah, big up, brother. I'll try and get a show in on Wednesday. I might do a little stream Wednesday night if no one's not doing anything. 2-2. 2-1 Villa. Doc, I'm with you, my friend. I'm with you. If we're not careful, we could take a hiding. 2-2. 102 likes. Thank you very much for everyone that's liked and subbed. Thank you very much. Everyone that's dropped in. Even if you've only dropped in for 5 or 10 minutes and you're watching it back or whatever, big up to everyone. Villa 1-0. Very popular, that Jam Boy. 1-0 Villa. 2-1 Villa. 2-1 Arsenal. There you go, people. I mean, we're not really confident, are we? I've lost hope. Yeah. I had one comment, I think, the other day, and he came in. He hadn't been in my chat before, and I don't think he's been back since. He came in, and when I was doing a score prediction, and he went, "I don't give a fuck about the score as long as whilst Arteta's here, I want him gone. That's the only score I'm predicting. That's the only score I want." Villa 3-1, 3-1 Villa. I tell you what, we play like we have been. I'll tell you, we're due a tanking if we're not careful. DJ, you need to do more shows with Lee. I love them. Cheers, my friend. I'll do my best. 2-0 Villa. Sorry, DJ, man. No, don't be sorry. Just put your. Listen, mate. I'm no problems at all. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. No problem. Imagine Emmy Martinez and Emery doing the job on Tuesday, guys. I know. I'm already prepared for it, Lynch. See, what I do now, right, I don't get my hopes up anymore. I lost that years ago. I'm very open-minded now about Arsenal. I don't predict anything crazy. I keep my feet on the ground. I weren't getting excited at the start of the season. I was just going game by game. This is what I do now when I go Arsenal. I just keep an open mind. Because I've been hurt too much. You know? It's like finding the woman of your dreams and she hurting you. And then you go and meet another one and you fall head over heels with it and you get hurt again. There's only so many knocks you can take, isn't there? That's Arsenal at the moment. They've hurt me so many times. I just go to games now thinking, like, what will be, will be. How can we compete with their midfield? Don't know, mate. Be interesting to see. Darren. It'll be a lost Villa clinical finishers. They can come back. I'm calling it here. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 Villa. I'm saying 2-1 Aston Villa. And I'm praying I'm wrong. I'm really hoping and praying I'm wrong, but I'm saying 2-1 Villa. We're playing Villa twice before we played Bournemouth once. Yeah. Bournemouth away. Tricky. Anana, Tinnemans, Benwida could be, midfield. And as I said on my stream last night, that is the one fixture, the way this football club treated Emery and the way the fans treated Unai Emery, right? That is the one fixture he looks forward to at the start of the season. As soon as that fixture list comes out, he looks down and goes, when am I playing Arsenal? He's up for it. That's his cup final. That is the one fixture he wants to win. Bit like me, Arsenal and Man United. Arsenal and Man United, as long as we beat them, that's it. Most people, I get it, it's Spurs. Spurs have always been shit. I'm never worried about Spurs. Man United is deep with me. Always has been. Right? Unai Emery, as soon as that fixture list comes out, he's at home with his wife and he goes, right, when are we playing Arsenal? Bang, that's the one I want. Because he was treated like crap. Fans abused him. The club disrespected him. Why wouldn't you? I would. If I got treated like that, the first ground I'd be looking to go and visit and get a result would be the team that's treated me like crap, and the fan base that's treated me like crap. And I'd be punching the air, and I'd be jumping up and down the touchline. I'd be really smashing it into them. Of course I would. Of course I would. And Aston Villa, historically, has always been our nemesis. We never do well against Aston Villa. And I'm going back years. Peter With and all of that. Gary Shaw. All of that. You know what I mean? I'm going back years. Never do well against Aston Villa. Look when Jack Grealish rocked up at the Emirates and terrorised us. Absolutely dominated us. Couldn't get near him. Emery will give everything to beat Arsenal. Yeah, you can't blame him. Why wouldn't you? The abuse he used to get from the touchline, shouting out all sorts of things to him, mocking him when he talks and all of that. Our own fans. The same fan base that protects this manager. If you support Arsenal, you should, their words, if you support Arsenal, you should be supporting whoever's in charge. Are the same fans that used to mock this man, Unai Emery, every time he opened his mouth and took the piss out of him. Yeah? And these are the same fan base that worship the ground Arteta walks on. You make it make sense. I can't. So, can't blame him. Big up, everyone. I'm off. Wish you could be a kept Emery at Arsenal manager. This Arsenal fan base fault. Yep. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. If Emery gets the Manchester United job, he'll cook. 100%. Oh, he'll get a big job. He could even rock up at Liverpool, but I think he'll come again, Arnie. I think Arnie will have his day in the sun again before he loses. Before he walks out the Liverpool job, I think he'll come again. I think the Liverpool fans have, but Liverpool fans' standards are different to ours. Emery going to run and laugh in Arteta's face? Probably. Big up, DJB. Big up to yourself, my friend. Big up to you, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. And stay safe. And I'll see you soon. So, until we meet again, don't know where, don't know when. Stay safe. Love to the family. Bless up to everyone. And it's been 3 hours and 38 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed it. Lynch, thank you very much. Talk soon, brother. And on that note, I will see you all soon, people. Yeah? Be safe. Sleep well. Take care, peeps.